I love you, Brendan. Don't you worry, babe.
What's going on? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. It is your favorite time on a Thursday night. It is the newest episode of the Locker Room Show. And boys, what time is it, Jordan?
It's time to get hot and sweaty in the showers.
With the boys!
Yo!
Oh, Lordy. Well, thank you guys for showing up, coming through for the show this week. If you're not already following, go ahead and hit that follow either on YouTube or Twitch. Also, lads, I didn't tell you, but I added something new for whenever we get a follower now. Our alert is the Capitals goal siren.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
That's actually kind of sick.
Here, real quick, while you guys started off, my allergies are bugging. Let me go blow my nose really quick.
Yeah. While you do that, it's a little reminder for everybody. The next Thursday is the infamous better than what ESPN's going to put out draft watch party.
Yeah.
We're going to be live.
Agreed on that.
We're going to be live about 7:30 in the evening time, about 30 minutes before the real show starts.
You're lucky we got sources going there because I was literally going to take that offer and go, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. Next year we'll be there.
I was going to live that shit.
Yep.
And I would probably get distracted.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna be live, talking, giving our opinions, showing, and having a great time. Hopefully we can hit our follower goal here on Twitch, YouTube. Do your thing. Sub if you haven't already. Also like the stream if you haven't already as well. Liking the stream on YouTube helps out push our stuff, the show, so it can grow about the size of Pat McAfee show into the future. But
I want to push your stuff.
Tonight, we got our Slugger Spotlight segment.
I'm winning, by the way, everybody. Remember that shit.
That we're going to be chatting about when we get to baseball. But we're also having a new segment come out in the football portion of the show. Old Jordan down here was a quarterback.
Excited. It's going to be a fun time.
Cannot confirm nor deny if he was a good quarterback.
But all conference 2 years in a row. Come on, man.
What? I don't want to dock where you're from, but so that's gonna be a good time for all, hopefully. So now that we got Brendan back, let me.
All right, dude. Jesus, this allergy season's kicking my ass, bro.
There is
horrible.
Sorry, I'm gonna sidetrack real quick, off topic. My mom comes to me today and she goes, "Hey, Easter's at our house on Sunday. I need you to power wash the deck tomorrow." I'm like, "You want me to power wash the deck so it's clean for Sunday, and then come Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, it's gonna be just as fucking dirty again?"
Yeah.
Is that not the most wasted labor of my entire life?
You're her
Hey,
son.
man.
That's not how.
I mean, come on, man. God.
So
I'll be out there for 3 hours. It's gonna be a great time.
It's gonna be awesome.
This is gonna be a very quick segment, but Rory McIlroy, congrats on winning the Masters.
Oh, golf clap.
You young lad, almost threw it and lost yourself, but came back and won.
Again.
He almost lost to the Brit too. Funny enough, that would have been ironic. The Irish and the British, right? In history, that would have been. Oh, that would have been bad.
That would have probably started a new war over there.
I definitely would have started a new war. Oh my god.
But congrats to him for winning. And since I was like, Masters, the winner picks the meal for next year. I want to know what y'all's master dinner would consist of, which is 3 appetizers, an entree, main course, dessert, and I'm giving you a drink as well.
What do we consider an entree really quick?
So
yeah, I'm just gonna start naming my foods.
I'll give you guys mine. This is what my master's meal would be.
Let's hear it.
Mozzarella sticks. This is going appetizer down. Mott sticks, fried mac and cheese balls, gator bites. like fried gator bites, little nuggets. Fantastic. If you never had gator, I recommend trying it. My entree, we're doing a small course of spaghetti carbonara, something light. Main entree, tomahawk steak, baked potato, green beans, cooked to perfection.
You're an expensive guy. I like that.
Listen, they don't give you limits. They don't give you limits. Dessert. If you've ever been on a Carnival cruise ship, they got a thing called a molten cake. It's fantastic.
Is that the one with like the chocolate in the middle, like the melted
Yes.
chocolate or whatever?
It's like a
oh.
soft chocolate cake with melted chocolate in the middle, and you put a little bit of vanilla ice cream.
Oh
to die for. My drink of choice,
make me hungry.
Old fashioned.
Dude. With the what's the cherry called? The
Yes.
Oh, the special cherry. No, Jordan, you drink too much not to know this. Maraschino cherry.
I said maraschino.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Maraschino.
Maraschino.
Yeah. That would be if I won the Masters next year. That would be my meal that I'm offering.
Well, Brendan, do you want to go next, or you?
Yeah, I think after listening to that, I think I got it. So I'm going to start off appetizer Caesar salad.
Okay. Now, are we going regular Caesar, or are we going like little kick, little zing, a little bit of chicken?
No, we're just gonna go a little just classic Caesar salad, nothing crazy.
Golfers
we're gonna go with shrimp cocktail.
Oh,
love a good shrimp cocktail.
Love a shrimp cocktail.
And we're gonna go for the third. Let's go with some calamari, some fried calamari. Why don't we?
Hey, you could do spicy marinara with that.
I was say you can do like spicy sauces, dip sauce if you want. Entree, we're gonna go with some burger sliders, just some classic burger sliders to get you going.
Kind of like a Chili's Big Mouth bite.
Yeah, essentially like that, just to get you warmed up. For the main course, we're gonna go for. I mean steak. I mean I could sit there and say tomahawk, but I'll just say steak to be just to classify it all down. Steak with a side of mac and cheese and some broccoli. Got to balance it all out solid. With appetizer being creme brulee. Fucking love that. Creme brulee is really good. And for drink of choice, I'm gonna go Long Island iced tea.
You want me hungover?
Hey, he gets it. He gets it.
Damn right. You're gonna have an easy win tomorrow.
Oh, you already know it. Come on.
What's wrong with Jordan? 8 Long Island teas later. Oh.
Shake 7 balls later.
Oh, Caddy, what's wrong? I'm using the porta potty. Don't ask why. But geez, Louise, I like that.
All right, Jordan, you said you were ready to fire away. Let's hear it.
I am. First, before that, I want to shout out Rory, huge Rory fan. Freaking love you, dude. My dad's from Scotland, and obviously close proximity. And his parents, his dad worked 3 jobs during the day. His mom worked the nighttime shift. They never saw each other just to get enough money to put him into golf and keep him into golf. So I really wanted to give a shout out to all the parents out there with all the kids that,
that put the ultimate sacrifice in.
Yeah, exactly. Just because sometimes we see these great athletes, right, and then we don't really acknowledge kind of how they got there. Some of them came from privilege, and good for those families too.
I feel like the better athletes don't come from privilege.
Agreed.
Oh, 100%.
I came from poverty in Cleveland, single mom. Tom Brady, everyone's like, oh, Tom Brady came from a middle class family. It wasn't like he was super well off. I mean, he had a decent life in Cali, but yeah, dude. I mean, these parents, man, they pay so much money. So shout out to you guys. But now I'm gonna get fat real quick. So appetizer, I'm gonna go crab dip. I'm gonna go a cup of jambalaya, the stewy version. Make sure it's nice and brothy. So you don't want to get too full off that. Put a nice little andouille in there, give it a little nip. And then my third app, Brendan took it. Damn it, so I'm gonna have to go another one. You suck, dude. I was gonna go calamari.
I mean, you can go the same thing as he.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I was gonna go calamari. Then he said, I was like, shit, I gotta think about this. So calamari. Entree, I'm gonna go mini salmon cakes with a side of risotto with that, and then for the main course, I'm gonna go a nice chicken cordon bleu with a little gravy on top, mashed potatoes, probably cream spinach, and then drink of choice. I'm just gonna go a nice little bourbon on the rocks. And I even be bougie. I'll let people pick their bourbon of choice on that.
Okay.
We're wealthy. We're at the
How
Masters.
nice
They
of
can
you.
afford it. Yeah, they can.
You are
afford
at the
it.
Masters.
Yeah, they can afford it. I mean, I won't. You know.
I mean, yeah.
100%.
That's a solid
Dessert.
choice.
Ooh, I gotta go dessert. Jordan's Cold Stone Special.
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
God.
I'm not even gonna give everybody what that rundown is. Brendan.
They're gonna be on the toilet shining their brains out.
I'll be the only one able to handle it.
So what you're saying is you're kind of trying to just cheat your way to that green jacket.
Damn right, that's what he's doing with the Long Island iced teas, man. I'll be throwing up the whole next morning. I might not even make my tea time.
Did you not hear? Did you not hear my appetizers? It's all fried.
Yeah.
And also, what I didn't add, but will also be there with my little burger sliders, gonna do the very, very thin, like crispy onion straws. You know what I mean? We're gonna add some of those with it too.
I was like, are you gonna add like a garlic parm fry?
Oh, dude!
Like like some house fries tossed in like garlic parm.
You know what I had? You know what I had the other day on a burger that was
blue cheese. Amazing.
Dude, it was instead of the fried onion straws, it was the fried jalapenos.
Oh, dude, literally saw those in the grocery store, and I was like, oh, dude, those would probably be good on a burger.
Dude, they were so good. And honestly, the thing that was disappointing is they weren't super spicy. I guess when you fry it, it kind of cooks that spice off of it, but the taste was still really freaking good. It had like a nip to it, but not like that raw jalapeno. You eat that raw jalapeno, and you're like, oh shit, it wasn't that good. It was good though. It was really good.
See, my allergies. Sorry if you guys constantly see me wiping my nose. But my allergies are kicking my ass right now, dude.
He's got the Rona.
Oh my god.
He's got the Rona.
This is brutal.
Where is... I wanted to ask you guys, where's the... Oh my goodness, I can't find it.
Oh my goodness, you can't find it.
Alright. So, this kind of plays along with the Masters, and we're coming to the time of NHL playoffs, NBA playoffs.
God bless.
We already passed the college football playoffs. March Madness just ended. I wanted to see y'all blind rank the top 6, your top 6 championship games to watch.
Oh.
Damn, I gotta blind rank this.
Yeah, blind rank? You can't just let me roll it all?
No. We're good.
It's gonna be your top 6.
Here.
So it's not every sport. So we could go from World Cup, we could go to...
Yep.
Oh, you're so... God damn it. All right.
And this is a strictly finals, you said?
Yeah, the finals.
Okay.
Starting off the World Series.
Now, serious question.
6.
Yes.
Is my team in the World Series?
How about we just base it off the last World Series? Oh, wait, the Yankees were there.
Yeah.
Just, I mean...
Because if the Nats are in it, I'm way more invested. Like in 2018, when we won that shit, dude, I was so invested.
You know what? There is 2 other major sports that I would put ahead of this, and one that I would argue I'm going to put it at 3 for me.
Okay.
I'm putting it at 4 for me, 4.
Okay. The Masters.
This year's was awesome, dude. I spent my whole Sunday watching it, and the playoff between Rory and Justin was cinema.
I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
I'm going to go 6.
I respect that. That's where I would have put it too.
Yeah. I love it, but it's one of those things that's so slow-paced. As fun as it is when it gets to the playoff holes, before that, like Justin Rose finished 3 or 4 holes before Rory, so you just had to watch Rory to see if he would stay on par. That was my one complaint, but it was awesome. But yeah, 6. I don't want golf fans to hate on us for that, but I love golf.
I threw it at 5. Don't worry.
Okay, so I got 4 and 6, so I still got 5, 1, 2, and 3. Okay.
The Super Bowl.
1.
Okay.
Love the Super Bowl, bro. All I can dream about is when the Redskins get there.
Even if it's just a Chiefs Super Bowl?
No, well,
I'm going to say 2 for me.
2? Okay.
Actually, one sec.
You said 1. You said one.
Yeah, I mean, if the Redskins are in it, if the Redskins are in the Super Bowl,
the
that being said, the Redskins lose
the March Madness National Championships. Like, you've got through all of March Madness and then the championship game.
I'll go. So I'll go 4 for that.
Yeah, I got 1, 4, 5, 6. So I got 2 and 3 left.
I've used what 2, 3.
You have 1 and
4, 5.
Yeah, you have 1 and 6.
I have 1 and 6. Yeah.
I have 2 and 3. You have 1 and 6.
The World Cup.
Oh, dude, me and Brendan watched France and Argentina together when it went to shootout. That was awesome.
Dude, I was at work, okay, and I was at a dealership working when this was happening.
Yeah.
All the techs, granted, majority of them were big soccer fans, like Hispanic, like huge soccer fans. They had it on in the break room, and I was just like sneaking back there every chance I got just to watch it because FanDuel became live and like.
You have 1 more left, and I'm going to bank it's the thing I'm thinking it is, so I'm going to go 3 for World Cup. I have 2 left, and I'm really hoping it's what I think it is.
Dude, I have 3 finals in my head. It was World Cup was 1, and there's 2 others.
And
I had one of those for number 1, but I physically, it hurts me to, put the World Cup at 6.
There's one if...
I'm going to say World Cup 6, and we'll see what comes out.
Yeah, if his last one is not what I think it is, I'm going to lose my rocker.
Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, it's
okay, number 1. Number 1.
Thank God. Thank you.
If you would have said the NBA championship, I would have lost.
Yeah, I would have lost my stuff, dude.
I was like, "There's no way I'm putting it at 1. The list is fraud."
At first, I was gonna say the college football national championship, but I was like, I'm Stanley Cup.
Here's what I would have changed about my list. Obviously, Masters 6, Final 4 at 5. Then I would have thrown World Cup at 4.
I like my list. I think I had 1 Super Bowl, 2 Stanley Cup, 3 World Cup, 4 World Series, 5 was Final Four, and 6 was Masters. Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
That was good.
If you put the national championship in there, that definitely would have messed my list up though. Because I love the national.
I kind of go with your list, but I would swap World Cup for World Series for me.
Yeah. And I don't mind a 7-game series. I don't mind it. The best team wins the majority of the time, and that's how that format works. But there's something about 1 game to win it all. Whether it's the World Cup, football, college, and or pro national championship, that just adds so much more. Granted, if you think of the Stanley Cup and you go to a Game 7, World Series Game 7, dude, it's the most watched.
It's electrifying.
Yeah. So that's so hard about that list is you have a best of 7 series. So technically speaking, I'm not just watching 1 game. I'm watching potentially 7. Whereas the Super Bowl, it's for all the marbles. So that's the one hard thing about that question.
And
that was a tough one.
I kind of at one point I was like, we should get rid of for the final game, get rid of the best of 7.
Agreed.
1 and done.
So
the championship.
It's so funny. Me and Brendan have had this talk before, dude. If you didn't even hockey, basketball, baseball, even taking it from 7 to 3, maybe.
Best of 3.
Maybe, yeah, just to add more zest to the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Because in the best of 7, it's 2 games at home, 2 games away, blah blah blah, whatever. Yeah. Baseball thing changed that a little bit, but those first 2 games, I sometimes feel like the road team will give it up quicker because they're like, oh shit, we're going home game 3. Let's save our bullpen. Let's save our first and second line in hockey. Let's save our, with LeBron. Let's save LeBron for game 3,
honestly,
whatever.
Here's what I got to say to that. Whoever makes it to the championship game for hockey, baseball, whatever, neither team plays at home. They have to travel to different stadiums.
A neutral ground.
I like that.
Because, like you said, the team could just throw it away just because
they always do.
Because they're going to be tomorrow we're at home.
The one championship trophy that does it the best is the Champions League for the final game, they take it to a completely different
and
neither home
also,
field, depending who's
also,
in the game.
Like the Super Bowl, it's played on a neutral ground.
Yeah, national championship for college football, neutral.
National championship
and March Madness, neutral ground. They're not played at home.
And all those are like you got to look at them. They're pretty solid events to watch and spectate. And it's just one of those things where like your fans will come out and travel to these places to watch you play. That's not a question.
And do not get me wrong, I for one would love to be in the Verizon or Capital One Arena and watch the Caps win the Stanley Cup at home. I would love to see it. I would love to be there. If the Orioles could get their heads out their asses, and if they ever got to the World Series and it happened and they won in Camden,
that the playoffs first this year.
Exactly. That's gonna be a long season. I'll say that right now.
You guys definitely need some juice here.
Currently winning. If we win today, we win the series against Cleveland. So hopefully.
You guys are one of 3 teams not to win a back-to-back game this year.
Yep.
You guys literally win, lose. Like,
they're very inconsistent.
At this point, I'm just glad we haven't been swept yet.
Yeah, that's fair. You're pitching.
It's yesterday was probably the best pitching I've seen out of our bullpen.
Yeah. Agreed.
But
agreed.
Yeah.
Good list there, though. That was tough. That was a tough one.
That was a solid one.
That was a great one. I was on a TikTok and someone asked his buddy. What he did was he threw out a bunch of them and he's like, remove one.
Oh.
Like you could never watch it ever again.
NBA.
Masters.
NBA for me.
I mean, out of all the ones you named, it'd be Masters.
Oh,
but
I'll
say
out of anything,
the list,
everything.
the list. So the list that he gave was what I gave,
WNBA.
But I added World Cup. He had the NBA Finals. He had the Kentucky Derby, and he had the Rose Bowl.
I love the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby is fucking awesome to watch.
Dude, I love
it. As a betting man, I'll say as a betting man, I love throwing down.
I don't love that for the right reason, but God, I fucking love it.
Honestly, I'm such a neutral person when it comes to basketball. You can get rid of the NBA Finals, and I would be perfectly fine.
Well, the thing is, too, Brendan knows this. The Wizards suck so fucking bad. It's hard for me to get invested into basketball when we haven't been good in so long.
I've never.
Hey, Wizards front office, if you're listening to this, if you'd like to bring in the GM and head coach of the Nuggets that were just fired, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
They not only brought a championship to the city, they're back in the playoffs once again. So if you want to take it serious, hire Malone.
You guys know the biggest name that's going to be tradable this offseason, right? It's going to be Kevin Durant. Where is Kevin Durant from?
He's from Maryland.
PG County.
And guess who they said isn't even going to offer a trade package?
The Wizards.
The Wizards.
You know, brother, so you know how much money the Wizards would get? The Wizards would make so much money if they brought him home.
Brother, I would buy the jersey so fast.
Oh, 100%.
I would say, growing up,
I would get my ass back up there to watch a Wizards game.
Oh my God,
so quick.
Hell yeah.
So
you could up the ticket price, I'd still buy one.
Growing up, I watched basketball, but you can ask Brendan. I never really had a team that I said was who I rooted for because I had a Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. I saw Michael Jordan play in what was the MCI Center for the Wizards.
Good for you.
Just to show how old I am.
Yeah, throw back a little bit. You're good.
Hey, you got the pass.
Showing your age a little bit.
Hey, we got you on.
I had an Allen Iverson 76 jersey. I've had, what was it? I think it was a Shaq Heat jersey that I had.
And where did Allen Iverson grow up and go to college?
Don't matter. Lakers in 5. Sorry.
Yeah, straight up though.
I'm not gonna lie.
Shaq and Kobe.
I'm not gonna lie. I was sitting here trying to think of like a catchy LeBron, like Lakers in 5, that added like Diddy baby oil into it, but I couldn't think of anything.
Jesus Christ. Okay,
Shannon Sharp does do that shit great. Though.
Dude, Shannon Sharp's amazing with it.
It don't matter. Lakers in 5.
Like, I want to know, does he think about that in the shower? Like,
he has to.
Yeah, he definitely like. He
Sharp
thinks of everything that rhymes. He's like, oh, let's throw this.
I'm sitting here and I was asking ChatGPT what rhymes with baby oil. So, like, my FBI agent's probably like,
yeah, we
should probably watch this guy a little bit.
Billy Hoyle. There you go.
But, like, I had a really old white dude make a P. Diddy like baby oil joke to me today, and gotta be honest, not the right person to make that joke.
So,
but it's fine. I'm not judging.
What made you more uncomfortable, him saying that or the athlete complimenting you on the lacrosse field?
All right, let's next topic. All right.
Hey, man.
I rep them next week. That's all I'm going to say to that.
I can't wait to hear what he says this time. All right, continuing on.
Have you been doing your squats this offseason? What?
So moving on.
The fuck are you asking me? Sorry. Yeah,
to the MLB. Like I said, the O's are winning right now. Thank God. Oh, they won 6-2. We won. We won a series.
Hey. I'll be there at the game Saturday. They better win there too.
Oh, you're going?
Yeah, Hannah's parents bought us tickets, and I was like, I'm never going to turn down a free ticket.
You're going to see them when they play the Reds?
The Reds, yep.
Do they know you're a Nationals fan?
LA Day the Cruz to absolutely smack a ball to you.
You know, do they know you're a Nats fan?
Oh yeah, we've gone to so many Nats O's games.
Didn't think to get the Nats and O's tickets.
We're getting those too. Oh. They're in DC for like 2 games in.
I'll say the last time I went to watch O's and Nats play was in DC.
Last time I watched the Nationals play was also in DC, and it was with Jordan, and they were playing the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox put a fucking smacking on the Nationals, dude.
That was not a good year for us. I think we ended last place that year too. We got
never forget.
I remember.
I say shout out your dad for getting them super cheap. Yeah.
I think
got hammered too.
The last time when I went to the game was when Bryce Harper was still in the Nationals.
Dude, the drive. So here's my thing. I love Camden Yards. I'm obviously a Nats fan, but Camden Yards is freaking sick. That drive to Baltimore is dog shit.
Yeah.
Dog shit. Whereas you go to the Nats Stadium, it's like 42 minutes. If you leave early enough, if they're losing, winning, whatever, man, you can get home in 50, 55 minutes pretty smooth.
You know,
whereas O's is like an hour 40, dude.
So get this. Brittany's friend and her husband, big O's fans. They're like season ticket holders. They live about 20 minutes away from the stadium. I'm like, y'all are lucky dogs.
Yeah. Hannah's sister, they used to live literally right next to Camden Yards. She said they would go to like 20, 30 games a year, and all they would do is the day of the game, like hour before the game, walk up to the ticket booth and get tickets for like $20 that they were just trying to get rid of.
Yeah. So Brittany used to work with a doctor who lived in the apartments that you can see when they show the outfield for Camden Yards.
Oh, yeah.
The tall one.
Dude, those are expensive.
She used to work with a doctor that lived there.
Oh, doctor, okay.
And they invited us to a game before we moved down here, and we get there, we get to the apartment and everything. The husband was like, "Hey, go check out the balcony." Okay, look out. I could literally have sat on their balcony and watched the game. I was like, "This is a beautiful thing."
Yeah, fuckers. So I wish I had money.
Yeah, right? Don't we all?
I wish I had money. I wish I was a doctor.
It's coming for all of us, I believe.
Yeah.
Don't worry, our parlays will hit one of these days.
But
not me.
Our slugger spotlight, we started it last week. I'm already losing to Jordan.
So Jordan is technically winning already with 1.5 points to me and Brian's 1.
So
not by much.
Next week, I was working on it. It didn't get finished. We're gonna have a whole different scene for Slugger Spotlight because the plan is to get like the highlights of who we pick hitting those home runs, and we see them, and like there's a tally, like a score tally, and everything. It just didn't work out. I thought I had it worked out, but it just last minute just did not work out. So
no worries, man.
All good, brother.
But yeah, like Brennan said, Jordan's got 1.5. I have.
I'll say, and for everyone that wasn't here possibly last week, Jordan, who was your slugger spotlight of this past week?
James, what are the Nats? Thank you for the 2 homers, James.
Brian, who was your slugger spotlight of this past week?
Bobby Witt Jr.
And mine was Wilmer Flores from the San Francisco Giants. And like obviously we said, if you obviously weren't here again, how it goes is any player we choose, one player from the week. So from today to next Thursday, if they hit a home run, that is 1 point. Anything after that one home run considers a half a point. So Jordan, obviously, James would hit 2. So he's at 1.5 points. So Jordan, this week, your slugger spotlight, who are we taking?
Well, call me the moocher, but I'm trying to extend this lead. Aaron Judge. Let's go.
Ooh.
I like it.
I will say he has screwed me on so many home run parlays lately.
Fair, but Rays next 3 games, then they get to think like the Guardians 3 games. Let me look at their schedule. I think it's like Rays Guardians.
Okay.
Aaron Judge, I expect greatness, my friend. Greatness.
All right. Just feel like this was a missed opportunity by you. Brian, I will, if you don't mind, take next since Wilmer technically did hit a home run before Bobby Witt.
He did, so please.
Give me Shohei Ohtani.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's been looking good.
Ooh.
Give me Shohei.
That's a fantastic one. God. Good for you.
Yeah, I'll say he's been smacking game-winning home runs left and right, so give me Shohei to hopefully continue that magic for me.
So, I'm going off of the beautiful spectacle that I saw yesterday and is now currently the youngest Oriole to hit a grand slam. I'm going Jackson Holiday. The boy's been on a heater lately. He's been getting his hits in.
Hey, can I talk real quick? I was making a home run parlay, and I was looking at the Orioles game, and I swear to God, I said to myself, this will be Gunnar Henderson's first homer of the year. Guess who did not choose Gunnar Henderson and went against his gut? This guy.
And what'd he do?
First inning, he hit a fucking home run.
First at bat.
So I don't
straight to the bird's nest.
I don't trust the A's ever, but the fact that none of us picked Soderstrom or whatever, the dude that's leading the league right now,
in home runs,
pretty hilarious.
I thought about it. I'll be honest, I really did.
He's been on fire, dude.
I have a very confident feeling in Holiday that being they're going to be playing the Reds at home, and his favorite target is at left field.
Yeah, that's fair.
I see at least one home run coming out of that series from him.
Okay,
like that's a bold. That's a bold pick. I like it though.
Thank you.
I like it. I cannot wait to reconvene next Thursday and sit here and talk about if we have some more points on the board.
While we're still talking about it, I'm going to look and see because I feel like it should already be up. Oh, it won't tell until tomorrow. Because his home run odds, if you're going to bet on him, there's probably going to be, plus 800 maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Because...
Wait, who are we talking about?
Jackson Holiday. Usually his home run.
So today, I vividly remember when I was looking, his odds today were plus 1,100.
Okay.
So probably I would say tomorrow might be around the same, floating around that number.
Yeah, but it kind of makes sense in Vegas's eyes, right? Like you played 17 games, or 18 games, and he has 2 home runs. So it's like 1 every 9. So the way Vegas is looking at it is 1 every 9 games. So they're going to win money off of that if you do it every day.
Yeah.
So I see the Vegas point of view too on making those odds kind of crazy.
Not unless you outsmart Vegas and put every 8 days you do $1, but on the 9th day you do $20 to win all your money back plus some.
Amen.
And I do want to congratulate Holiday again for now being the youngest to hit his second career Grand Slam in the majors.
That is awesome.
The previous Oriole that held that, Cal Ripken Jr.
I mean, I'm surprised seeing who his fucking father is, you know?
Yeah, come
his father was known for being a power hitter. I mean, let's flash back to one of the greatest moments in Cardinals playoff history. Was not only him, but David Freese just going making memories for that team. So it's just
He'll never pay for a meal in St. Louis ever again.
Oh, hell no.
And I will say this. I am excited to see his brother come into the major leagues.
Dude, his brother is supposed to be better than him.
Because he's going to the Nationals, if I'm not mistaken. The Nationals have already...
Yeah, so they have the first pick in the draft, so it's pretty much...
And honestly, good for him, because they could just get an apartment together in Virginia and just, like, each just commute.
Have their chauffeur. Yeah, they ain't commuting. Chauffeur or whatever the fuck, all that money.
Oh, yeah.
However they want to do it. But
yeah, it's their call.
And just
they're adults.
And it's I feel like the O's Nats game is going to be electrifying. Seeing the brothers,
it's gonna be awesome. We'll be able to band together on that game. That'll be pretty sick.
I might have to want to come up to see.
Can you reach there, bud?
That was a far reach. Mike ain't that long.
Oh,
sorry about that.
No, I'm actually looking forward to the Slugger Spotlight here, man. This it's one of those things that kind of like it gets me invested in other games more often if I don't like homer myself.
Yes,
so it's actually kind of nice.
It's super nice.
I have Brandon to watch for me because he's a Yankees fan.
Yes, sir.
He'll be texting me, Aaron Judge hit a dinger. I'll be like, yes.
I won't let you know.
Oh, don't worry. I tracked that dude. You have no. Oh my god. I was. Yeah, never mind. All right, we're good.
I was tracking Bobby Witt, and it was like nothing.
I was stalking James
and then
Wood, dude.
All of a sudden, I was like, I see a notification from ESPN or MLB, Bobby Witt home run, and I'm like, let's go!
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, dude, I literally wrote mine down in my notes, like the exact date and the game he hit it and everything. I was like, hey, man, I'm not going to be questioned about my accountability here.
No, yeah. But yeah,
I say I'm here for the legitness of the for the boys here.
Yeah, no, I trust all you guys. So honestly, when you said he hit a home run, I didn't even look at it. I trusted you. I was like,
yeah, that guy that's down here, that Jeff guy, I don't trust him. No, I'm just kidding.
That Red Sox fan.
Oh, say.
I didn't know if Hollywood was about to bring up something else here on
that. I was gonna
sound like a cliffhanger.
No, I'm saying I thought he had a little screen he's about to pop up and be like, oh.
I was just gonna ask you guys, have you seen the Victus commercials on our promotions on social media of the aluminum bats that they've made? Like they went to pros about, and the pros designed them for the youth. Yeah. Speaking of Bobby Witt, I saw his bat. First off, gorgeous, but the sound it made. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna pull it up.
I gotta be honest. I love the ting of an aluminum bat, but when you hear a good hit off of a wood bat, dude, it's just such a classic sound.
It's great.
Like when you're at the ballpark too, it's like, oh.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing better. Like looking down at your phone, you don't realize the pitch is about to be thrown, then you hear the crack of the bat. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, dude, there's nothing.
Crack.
There's nothing better, man.
No, amen, brother.
I think this.
Eating my fat ass glizzy and.
Oh, glizzy! I'll say what's gonna be the food of choice on the weekend here. What are we going with? Putting you on the spot here, with Hollywood.
Am I paying or is
I don't know who's paying or which one's paying.
Hannah, you think your parents are gonna buy us food?
As you think, that's all news.
So if she said that her parents might buy it, then what are we going with? What's the?
I might get the Krabby Fries.
It's respectable.
Listen, you got to get the Krabby Fries, okay?
Yeah.
All right. What's the beverage of choice here? What's the beverage of choice to wash down the Krabby Fries? Is it a Bud Latte?
Yeah, I was gonna say whatever he's got in that damn case when he walks down our aisle. That's what that is.
You got to at least get one Natty Boh.
Miller, Bud Light. I don't even give a shit.
You got to at least get one Natty Boh with some Old Bay rimmed on it.
I know. Dude, me and Natty Boh have a bad relationship from a couple of years ago, and we'll tell that story another day.
You know what you need to do, and this is what I plan on doing when I go up to the game, hopefully in July. The 9-inning challenge.
Oh no!
9 dogs, 9 beers, 9 innings.
We could do that.
Yeah, until you realize. You do realize it has to be within the inning. Like it cannot
even
be.
If there's a quick inning.
Yes, so if it's a 1, 2, 3 inning, you have to have that beer and that dog done and moved on to the next one.
Yeah, see that does change it because I was gonna literally face fuck 5 in a row to start the game, recuperate by the 6th inning, and then do my last like 3, 4.
Top of the first, top of the first, bottom of the first to get a hot dog and a dog down, and it could be quick.
That's gonna be tough.
Like you could be finishing that beer, and all of a sudden your next one has to go down.
Am I allowed to do at least the tall boys to get double?
No, but you have to do the tall boys. The tall boys is 1 beer.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, man.
And then you also got to take into account your pee breaks. You have to do the pee break while you're eating the dog and slurping down some Bud Lattes.
I am that guy at the freaking Caps game, for instance. This dude looks at me and he goes, "Did you really bring your beer into the bathroom?" And I'm literally sitting, taking a piss, drinking the beer, and I'm like, "Who the fuck are you talking to, buddy?" I'm like, "You just mind your business and look at your own dick. Don't look over here."
I'll be honest, I've done that before where I've walked into the bathroom with my bev.
I didn't think it was that funky. I thought it was normal.
Because sometimes...
As long as you're not the psycho that puts your drink on the floor.
Thank you.
Then you're okay.
I hold that bitch. Hell no. I
ain't
put on that nasty ass.
Because there have been times at events where I'm in line, I realize I gotta go to the bathroom. I get through the line, I get my bev. So one time I was even drinking while I was using the bathroom. I was like, geez, I need another bev.
That's what I do.
So
I'm taking a piss as I'm drinking the beer, and I'm like,
while Jordan was getting judged by the guy a few urinals away, I was sitting there next to a guy who just no judgment at all, just understood the assignment, so that's good.
Yeah, there's nothing worse to me than when some dude, like, not to be weird, but like when he started like glancing over at you, and you're like, "What are you looking at, buddy?" Like, can you?
No, that's when you assert dominance and look him right in the eye and say, "You want to compare sizes, brother?"
Yeah. Hey, you want a sword fight, bro? You my 2-inch pack of punch. Come here.
Okay, buddy.
I'm gonna get I found the bracket for hockey because hockey playoffs are among us. I have the brackets for who's playing who.
Yeah, I bet on this too. Dude, I bet on this, and I know I shouldn't have because I know I'm gonna get at least one series wrong. But I did do the like the FanDuel bracket challenge thing.
I never do those.
Yeah, it's a waste of money. But the off chance I hit it one year and my freaking $5 goes for like $6,000, I'll be really happy about it.
We're Caps fans. We play Montreal. We play them Monday. That's when our series starts.
That we do.
But we got. Honestly, I'm not hating the games of who's playing who. I do hope New Jersey beats Carolina because I don't want to play them second round.
Well, so can I give you can I just give you the whole bracket? We'll just do whole bracket just so we don't have to keep
Brendan,
going.
I want to know your bracket. You would too.
I'm literally filling it out right now, so Jordan, go ahead and use your words.
So I'm going to start out west, bottom to top. So between the Kings and Edmonton, taking Edmonton. Vegas, Minnesota, taking Vegas. So second round will be Vegas, Edmonton. Dallas, Colorado, taking Dallas. Colorado's look good, but I'm taking Dallas. I've liked Dallas a lot this year. And then I'm taking Winnipeg against St. Louis. So Winnipeg against Dallas, taking Dallas again against Winnipeg. And then Vegas against Edmonton, I'm taking Vegas. And I'm a little nervous about that. And then for Dallas against Vegas, I'm taking Vegas to get to the Stanley Cup Finals.
Okay.
Toronto, Ottawa. That's going to be a dogfight, boys. Lots of fights. That's some Canadian battle the shit out, and I love it. But I'm gonna take Toronto. Nervous. Florida, Tampa Bay, taking Florida. Washington, Montreal, taking Washington. Carolina, New Jersey, taking Washington. Carolina. Carolina, Washington, taking Carolina. Toronto, Florida, taking Florida. Carolina, Toronto, taking Carolina. Final, Carolina, Vegas, taking Vegas. And that's my bracket.
Okay, the bracket that I just filled out. West side, Jets beating the Blues, Stars beating the Avalanche, so Jets Stars. I have Golden Knights beating the Wild. I have the Oilers beating the Kings. I have Stars beating Jets. I have Oilers beating Golden Knights. Oilers Stars. I have Oilers beating the Stars.
Ooh, McJesus potential Stanley Cup.
Atlantic. I got Senators beating the Leafs. I got Panthers beating the Lightning.
Good call.
I have Capitals beating the Canadiens. I have the Devils beating the Hurricanes. Top half, I have Senators beating the Panthers. Bottom half, Capitals beating the Devils. Capitals beating the Senators. Capitals winning the Stanley Cup.
Like it.
Mine, Jets over the Blues. Dallas over Avalanche.
Yeah, we're in agreement there.
Vegas over Minnesota. And
Minnesota.
Edmonton over Kings.
Los Angeles.
Then it's I'm going Vegas beating Edmonton. Stars beating the Jets.
Yeah, I think the Stars beat the
And
Jets.
then I'm thinking it's going to be Stars beating Vegas, going to the Stanley Cup.
I like that.
Toronto beating Ottawa. Florida beating Tampa. Caps, obviously. Devils. Caps beating the Devils. Toronto beating Florida.
Ooh, I like that.
Capitals beating Toronto. Dallas. Caps. Caps win.
Like it.
That's my bracket.
Yeah, me and you were same up till Vegas, Dallas, dude. I've liked Vegas all year, man. They've won me money too, so I'm biased.
Imagine we get another 2018 rematch.
That'll be juicy.
Caps, Golden Knights, eh, bud?
With the same outcome.
That would be nice.
Caps in 5.
I hope you guys are right. I want the Devils to beat Carolina, obviously. I just, man, I don't want to see
vegetable oil, tannin oil, baby oil, Caps in 5.
Yep, I agree.
Hey, there goes.
Carolina makes me a lot more nervous than the Devils would. So
I'm going to take what PK Subban said into account here and say that one of the scariest first round teams is this New Jersey Devils team.
Oh, fuck yeah, the young
that has been written off a lot towards the end of the season here, and no one's really been talking about them.
Amen.
And they're a team to make some noise here. So the Hurricanes might come in here thinking they have an easy first round matchup.
And that's what I'm nervous about, because when you pick Carolina there, well, when I pick Carolina, you guys both pick the Devils. That's the first thing that comes to my mind too. And I'll be honest, that's the first fear that comes to my mind with the Caps as well, because truthfully, we should 4-0 the shit out of Montreal. Sorry, Montreal. God bless you. Dude, the Caps, if the Caps play, the Caps can play. We should 4-0 the shit out of them. And I just get a little nervous. I don't know why in hockey it feels like you're right there. It feels
let's say
a lot of these teams they're like, okay, next round we're gonna get this team. Let's not save ourselves, but let's be ready for this team. And so you still got to beat the team you're going against.
When it comes to the Caps, I've been saying it for a while. We need to play all 3 periods, not just selectively pick one period to play. We need to be on our game all 3 periods. No overtime. Logan Thompson's
your cousin needs to be healthy.
Hey, he's coming back. I read, and I'm very happy that they've kept him out for as long as they have.
Oh, he's rested.
Yeah, and
he might be rusty the first game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Might bet on Montreal to cover the first game. It was 2.5 not too long ago. But it's probably 1.5 now. Probably put money on that.
I think Thompson's gonna be what Holtby was in 2018.
Insane.
A godsend, if you will.
Agreed.
So that's where, if the Caps can play all 3 periods and play how we know they can play instead of look like they're lost out there, I don't want to say it's going to be blowouts, but it's definitely going to be very competitive hockey, and it's going to be a hopefully quick series. So they can get well rested to play the Devils and then beat the Devils.
I respect the Canadians. Respect the shit out of the Canadians.
You're just never gonna win a Stanley Cup. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I respect them as a franchise. Yeah, sorry, Leach. No, I mean I respect them as a franchise. Always will. The name itself, right? Like
it's historic.
So it's like I respect the shit out of them. But
well, speaking of franchises, and on the topic of hockey, I have 2 blind rankings for you guys. Okay. I was so indecisive that I couldn't figure out which list I wanted. So I have 2 for Capitals players. Okay.
This is gonna be rough.
And I want you guys to blind rank these.
I hate you as a person.
I'm going to start off with the harder list first.
I'm not gonna lie, Jordan. I've been like, hey, I went to our mother. I was like, hey, I know Brendan's been chit chatting with you a little bit. Can you give me a glimpse of who's gonna be on this list?
Like Tina.
So I'm gonna go number 1, Marcus Johansson.
We're blind ranking 1 through 5.
1 through 5. All-time Capitals.
And this is the hard list.
Oh, all-time Capitals.
No, from Ovechkin's rookie year to his year now. For players that have played with Ovechkin from that span, this is where I'm going.
Jordan, that's 04. What grade were you in?
I was 4, so
you were a wee little lad. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
I was 14.
Marcus Johansson. Love Marcus.
And we're starting off with Marcus Johansson.
Love Marcus. Going 5.
I'm
Love
going
Marcus.
4.
Going 5.
Going
I have
4.
a feeling. I have a feeling there's some names that are going to be on this list.
Mike Green.
Oh, 2.
Yeah, 2.
Fucking love Mike Green.
Mike
Green, shout out.
I'm
please.
saving 1 for who
jersey.
I hope to God is on this list.
Okay, Jay Beagle.
Oh, you dick. Oh, dude, what an all-time Cap.
3.
Oh.
I'm putting him in 3.
So 2 is Mike Green, 5 Marcus Johansson, Jay Beagle. I'm gonna go 4 Jay Beagle 4. I got 1 and 3 left.
1 and 4.
Alexander Semin.
Oh, dude, throwback! Holy shit!
Fun fact: I had his shirt, and people were always like, "Why do you have semen on your back of your shirt?"
Yo, dude, what is I love you, Marcus.
Oh my god! I got a really bad feeling if I put him at number 1, you're gonna say this one name.
I'm gonna go 3 because I hope number 1 is what I think is gonna be.
I'm going. I don't want to put him at 4.
At least be Backstrom or something, man. Don't fuck me.
I don't want to put him at 4, but I'm putting him at 4.
TJ Oshie.
Oh, 1.
1, okay.
Dude, I love my list. I freaking love my list.
I'm
1
happy
Oshie,
with mine.
2 Mike Green, 3 Seaman,
Oh,
4 Jay Beagle,
Jesus.
5 Johansson. Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm happy with my list.
Yes, I was saving it for. I was literally saving it for like the Oshie Backstrom event.
I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping it was Holtby. I was gonna put Holtby at 1.
Never. Never.
Honestly, I would have probably put Holtby at like 3, but I was respectable.
See, now here's the second list.
I thought you were gonna put Joel Ward on the list.
Hey, I thought about it. You never know. You could be on this second list that I'm about to name here. So we got off the hard list. Now this one, honestly, you could argue could be as hard. We're gonna start off with Jason Chimera.
Wait, what is the category of?
It's same Capitals players. That it's just a different same.
This is supposed to be the easier
same
list.
Premise. This is just the easier list for Caps fans here. And we're starting off with Jason Chimera.
Nah, dude.
I'm putting him at 2.
I was gonna say I'm trying to keep my options open, and I don't like that at all.
I'm going 2.
I just don't like this. I just don't like this one bit. Because his bald ass fucking head's gonna be in my mind if I fuck him over here.
Oh god.
Fucking dude, I played with him in NHL so many times on that 3rd, 4th line and just decking motherfuckers, dude. Oh man.
I'm happy with 2.
Brian's at 2.
I'm gonna go 4.
4. Wow.
I love him. I'm going 4 because I
gonna see him in your dreams.
We're gonna go Dmitry Orlov.
Russian. I'm gonna go 5.
Going
So I
4.
got my 4 and 5. I'm leaving my 1 through 3 open.
4.
Brooks like.
Oh, dude, 2.
1.
I'm so glad.
I'm going 1.
I fucking love Brooks like, dude. God, love him. What a man.
Okay, that's interesting.
I got my 2, 4, 5. Okay, I got 1 and 3 left.
Matt Niskanen.
Shit. I love Niski, but he only played like 5
I'm
years.
going 5.
I'm gonna go 3.
So
He was on that Stanley Cup winning team.
So
That boys don't forget.
He was on like 3 President's Trophies teams too.
I got 3
Didn't win the
left.
fucking cup. I got 1 left.
Brooks Orpik.
Oh, dude, 1.
I gotta put him at 3.
Yes. I fucking love Orpik, dude. When we went to the game against Chicago and Ovi tied the record, they paid tribute to Orpik, Holtby, Backstrom, and Oshie. Dude, when Orpik walked out, holy shit, you would have thought it was like prime Gretzky out there, dude. It was insane and freaking like I love the people who don't watch hockey, right? And they look at you like, who the fuck is Orpik? And I'm like, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. You just sit in your fucking chair.
Yeah, you sit there. Just go cry in a corner.
I love Orpik, dude. Oh, that's a tough list.
I think that
because I'm really upset about.
Part of that list was harder than the other list.
Chimera, and I definitely would have put Chimera in front of Niskanen, but it's all good. It's all good. I was worried you were gonna screw me. I was so.
Yeah, see, I really didn't want to know. I didn't want to put Ovi on the list because it's too easy. Yeah. It's 1, of course.
Even Backstrom's hard to put on there because who's your number? Come on, like.
Yeah, see, like of course I was thinking Backstrom, then I was thinking Kuznetsov. You know, I'm surprised I said Joe Ward. You can't forget Smith Pelly. Like, there's a lot of names that I was sitting there rattling off.
Joe Ward sighting. I'm with Hollywood here.
Hey man, I really wanted to do it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I
love Joe Ward. Shout out Joe Ward. Hope you're doing well, bro.
I would say shout out Joe Ward. Absolutely fucking love Joe Ward, bud.
Yeah, that was a good list. Fantastic.
Yeah, I like what you guys did there.
I have a blind ranking too. That
do it.
No, different sports. So we'll get there. We'll get there. It might be an end of the show thing because I don't think we're touching on the sport today.
Honestly, we can pop off the NHL. We've made our picks. We did our.
I would say we got through the hockey bracket. We gave some not insight.
Do you guys want to smack a little bit of just touch on it? The NBA bracket. That is going to be official next, but I think we know who's going to win 1 versus 8.
Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, pull that puppy up. While you do that, excuse my language. Stream, taking a piss.
My God, he said the P word.
Oh, my eyes are so dry.
Told you, bro. This goddamn allergy season's kicking our arse.
I believe this is the right one.
Ooh. All right, I'm going to fill it out while he is going to the urination sensation.
Where'd you go to fill it out?
I am on ESPN. I said ESPN bracket at the moment.
I'm going to fill mine out on stream.
I like that. I like that out of you.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I got hot sauce in my eye.
Oh yeah, see that's the serious shit right there, but
horrible. I don't wish this upon anybody.
Alright, I have officially filled my bracket out, ladies and gentlemen. This one is going to be the bracket of all brackets. Okay, just making sure.
I want you guys to know,
crazy sports.
You guys are gonna hate the shit out of me on my list, by the way.
Ooh.
And I mean, you're gonna fucking hate me, dude. Like, you're gonna freaking hate me.
Oh goodness.
Oh, and Brendan, you're gonna hate me the most. All right. Anyways,
flip over real quick. And
I've filled out my NBA bracket on the fly.
Do it.
All right, we ready?
I did the same thing, and I'm gonna lose my money again.
Hang on one sec. Getting it.
Pull that puppy up, baby.
Let's see, while Hollywood gets it pulled up, I'm going to go ahead and rattle off here.
Can you rattle me?
I don't know who, obviously we don't know who the 8th seeds are going to be yet, but like Jordan said, we can kind of guess who's going to win those matchups. Give me Thunder beating whatever 8th seed they face. Give me Clippers over Nuggets. Give me the Lakers over the Wolves. And give me the Rockets over the Warriors.
Thank
Give me the Thunder over the Clippers. And give me the Lakers over the Rockets. And give me the Thunder to beat the Lakers and go to the NBA championship.
Like that.
On the East,
who
for the West Side, Thunder in the NBA championship.
Guy's dying.
I know his eyes are killed. The fucking allergies are killing this household right now.
It's horrible. I feel like I got hot sauce in my eye.
Brutal. For the East, give me the Cavaliers while Hollywood or Brian figures out a situation.
You got eye drops. We're good.
Give me the Cavs. Give me the Pacers over the Bucks. Give me the Pistons over the Knicks. And give me the Celtics over the Magic.
Wait, Pistons over Knicks. I like that.
Pistons over Knicks. Give me Pacers over Cavs. And give me Celtics over Pistons. Give me Pacers to beat the Celtics in a rematch from last year.
Holy shit.
And give me the Indiana Pacers to win it all over the...
Holy shit. Your bracket would... Dude, if your bracket hits, your bracket's...
I'm not going to lie. Pat McAfee would go insane.
Dude,
yeah. Indy, baby, Indy.
So, I'll live
pick. He his jorts, dude.
I'm going to live pick mine right now.
That's live picking it. Let's see it.
Oh. So, obviously, Thunder. I'm picking Thunder.
Yeah.
If you
I'm going to go... Oh, God. What is this? Hold on. How do you
make sure no sus advertisements pop up? You just press the bubble.
I am.
Oh, you're on a different thing than me, Hollywood.
I was on ESPN.
Well, I just typed NBA bracket challenge and it popped up with like a list, and I clicked ESPN. So what the fuck are you doing down there, Jordan?
You like my chipped tooth? So one fact, everybody: don't play sports. Look, see how this tooth is smaller? Got fucking nailed when I was a kid, dude. Took an elbow.
So I'm gonna do.
Dennis was like, "I can fix it." I was like,
he took an elbow while he was cheerleading, and ever since then, it just hasn't been the same.
All right, how would go?
I'm going Thunder against whoever they play. I'm gonna go Nuggets, Lakers, Warriors. Warriors beating the Lakers. Nuggets beating the Thunder. Nuggets beating the Warriors. Going to the championship.
Holy shit.
Cavs, Pacers, Pistons, Celtics. Celtics beating the Pistons. Pacers beating the Cavs.
Wait, you said that. Oh no, sorry, you didn't say that backwards. My dyslexic ass. That's on me. Sorry.
I have the Celtics going back to the championship.
Yeah.
But losing to Denver.
You got. Holy shit.
He's got the coachless wonder.
Yeah, the team that just fired their coach winning it all.
I respect the balls on you.
Dude, that's crazy.
A bold claim and take right there.
No Los Huevos over here.
I'll tell you what, brother.
He's got some Huevos Rancheros, I tell you.
Dude, I would love to have some Huevos Rancheros.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's All right, Jordan. What was the bracket? Why European?
So, I don't want to look like an idiot, so here we go. Thunder, obviously.
Yeah.
I got Clippers beating the Nuggets. So, Thunder, Clippers for the second round. I got Lakers beating the Timberwolves. I will say, I think Anthony Edwards does make that a decent series.
I think a good 7, honestly.
Yeah, I was thinking 6 or 7, too. And that's going to be Ant Edwards. I think Ant Edwards might be dropping a couple 40-piece McMuffins. But, so yeah, Lakers.
I don't like McMuffins. Rockets. Just putting that out there.
Go. I got Rockets beating the Warriors. I'm sorry, Hollywood. Respected your Warriors kind of upsetting a lot of people. The Warriors have looked a bit recently.
See, what I see is I see Steph coming out and doing prime Steph. What we saw in the Olympics is what I feel like we're gonna see with him and oh my god, forget his name right now.
Jimmy
Butler. I feel like Butler is definitely gonna fit into the role perfectly. Definitely, my opinion for betting, bet on him on the over for rebounds.
So my thing though with the Warriors, and it's gonna bite them in the ass, they do not have a big. They play Draymond at the center, who is 6'6", for a lot of the game. So yes, can they score? But I'm curious defensively how they answer that. But I like that pick. I'm not against that. If Jimmy Buckets goes playoff Jimmy and Steph goes prime Steph, obviously there's a chance. But I'm gonna take the Rockets there. So I got Rockets, Lakers, taking the Lakers. Then I got Thunder, Clippers, taking the Clippers. I think we get a Los Angeles Conference Finals. If LeBron stays healthy, which is hard at 40 years old, I think the Lakers go to the finals here. Luka's Luka. We know what that's going to be in the playoffs. 36, 10, and 10. I mean, the dude's just insane. Doesn't play a lick of freaking defense either, though. But I do think that's going to be a really, really good series if it does come up to that LA rivalry. If Kawhi stays healthy, LeBron stays healthy, I really think we could get some cinema. Taking the Lakers, though, to come out. East, Cavaliers going to beat whoever the hell between Miami and Atlanta. No offense, guys. Sorry. I got Pacers beating the Bucks. I think we're all in agreement there. Besides Giannis, Dame said he's going to try to come back game 2, game 3, but Dame's going to be rusty as hell. It doesn't matter. Pacers winning there. You got Knicks, Pistons. I'm actually going to take the Knicks here. I'm going to put my faith in their starting 5. Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. List goes on, Josh Hart, whatever. I think the Knicks in this first-round series can keep it enough, and I think if they can shut down Cade Cunningham, they can really win. But Cade Cunningham's been cooking. But I'm gonna take the Knicks in that series. I got Celtics beating the Magic. Celtics Knicks, got Celtics winning, and then Pacers Cavs. I'm gonna take the Cavs, but I'm gonna be really nervous about that because the Pacers have been, I think, the second or third best team in the NBA the last month. I'm gonna take the Cavs. I got Celtics beating the Cavs in the finals, and I got the old-fashioned rivalry in the finals, Celtics-Lakers, and I think I'm going to take the Celtics. I think Celtics win it all.
I will say, I feel like the best matchup, besides whatever the championship will be, the best matchup would be more than likely Pacers-Cavs.
Oh, for the conference finals?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably...
Well, actually, no. Well, Pacers-Cavs is in the semis, but that
was conference semis.
Yeah.
That's cinema. And the offense, that dude, bet the over. Bet the over. The Pacers don't play any defense, but the Pacers' offense is filthy. Bet the over. Halliburton's going to get his 15 freaking assists. I like that a lot. And the Cavs, man, the thing with the Cavs, dude, they're so freaking good, but they are the definition of the team that chokes in the playoffs every year. I love Garland. I love Donovan Mitchell. I love Evan Mobley. I love Jared Allen. But God bless you guys got to do some shit in the playoffs for me. Please don't fuck me either because I did put money on you guys to get to the conference finals. But whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry.
Money on
yeah.
That's degenerate.
A little bit.
This guy.
A little bit. Sorry. And
yeah.
I think the Knicks are good. So my thing with the Knicks, and that's the reason I'm taking them in the first round is because Tibbs is going to play his starters like he always does, 42 minutes of 48. Come second round, them boys are going to be gassed because I think the Knicks Pistons is going 6 or 7. That's going to
be
that Piston teams are a bunch of dogs.
Dude, and they're young. They're young. Yeah. So that's what's going to be so funny. The Knicks are going to play their starters 40 minutes, and the Pistons can play 40 minutes. Cade Cunningham's 22, 23, whatever. Jaren Duran is 22, 23. I mean, the team is young as shit.
Cade Cunningham has won me so much money this season.
Oh, dude, Cade Cunningham is a dog. He's an honestly, dude. If we're having a conversation about face of the league after LeBron retires, because LeBron's not the best in the league anymore, but he's still the face of the league, just biggest name.
Oh, yeah.
With a name like LeBron, I guess you got to be. I mean, I'm gonna name my kid LeBron. I think. It's just Cade Cunningham, dude. My God, that kid is a stud, dude. I'm a huge Cade Cunningham fan, so good take there, Holly. I like that a lot.
Yeah, if you want to win some money, put it on Cade Cunningham for sure.
Oh hell yeah, bet on that triple double every now and then too. That boy will drop it.
Hey, I was a big advocate of points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah, and he's definitely getting the points and assists. The thing is he going to get his rebounds? And if he gets his rebounds,
most of the time the points kind of cover that.
Damn right.
Oh yeah, well,
dude, his over/under on points will be like 20.5, and I'm like, yeah, it's an over.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, bro.
Oh yeah.
Vegas sometimes I'm like, damn, I'll take your money.
Oh yeah, it's like
Vegas
yeah.
Shit.
Well, no, because they take a lot of my money, so you know,
take a
fuck
shit
you.
ton of my money. I can take some of theirs.
Exactly. Every now and again, it's fine.
So,
They should have mind too much.
I'm praying for the NBA's health, because the NBA this year's lost so much money. They've set off viewership.
Oh yeah.
For the NBA's health, they desperately need Boston and LA in the final for those two big cities, East Coast, West Coast, to watch that. And then you would get the average NBA fan to watch it too, because of those old Larry Bird, Magic Johnson series with Kareem, with McHale, even what's his name, the big boy, Bill.
Honestly, if it becomes a
Rest in
Celtics
peace.
Lakers finals, I would actually turn it on and watch it.
I would, just for the history of it.
It's historical.
Yeah, they played so many times.
The history of there is crazy.
Bill Walton.
I was going to say it's Bill Walton. Yes.
Thank you.
I was waiting until you guys were done talking, but yeah, as well.
Yeah, rest in peace, brother. Didn't he just pass?
Yeah, it was kind of like a few months ago, I think.
My favorite commentator ever, dude, in college, man. You watch that 10:30 West Coast game, and you listen to him, and you're like, this guy's got to be stoned as shit. But he wasn't. That was just a personality. He might have been stoned, but
no, he was definitely stoned.
Yeah. West Coast, definitely.
Yeah, but that was his personality too. Like, everybody's the
absolutely
biggest goofy dude ever, man.
Wasted. So, what was your blind ranking? Now that we've gotten off.
Do you want to do it now or at the end? Because it's going to go a different sport. But if you want to do it now, we can
we're
do it.
in
what sport are you going
We're in between
to?
sports.
It's NCAA football, and I'm not going to give the exact category because I want to keep you guys.
Well, technically, we can talk NCAA because
we're getting ready to go into that.
There's a quarterback that has now the first guy to
shot himself
tantrum.
Who, in my opinion, has shot themselves so hard in the foot, and I'll be honest, not even that good of a quarterback.
I mean, yeah, so he's not going to lead UCLA to anything
what's
special.
What's your top 10 Jordan, before we get it, or top 5 before we get into that?
So we'll do top 6 because I want to give 6 total, and I want to keep you guys. You're going to be mad at the end of this, so I'm going to keep it. I want to keep you guys guessing a little bit. But
Nick Saban's number 1.
The category is going to be 2000 and up Heisman winners. Your top 6 blind ranking.
Okay.
Ready for number 1?
Yep, let's hear it.
Joe Burrow.
Okay, now real quick before we continue on, is this just like strictly college, or are we going like their whole career of like what?
Strictly college.
College. I'm gonna say this.
You're gonna be mad at the end of this list.
I am a Bengals fan. I'm a Joe Burrow fan, but
you're gonna be mad too.
His real talent.
You said 6, correct? 6.
His real talent, like he played at Ohio State. Nothing really happened there.
I'm going to say LSU. 5.
Oh.
He had Jamar. He had Jay Jettas.
He had a lot of weapons. I'm going 3. 3.
Yeah, I'm going 5.
I'm saving number 6 for a special fellow.
All right.
I hope he's on this list.
Jameis Winston. And I love Jameis in college, so this is what makes this hard. No NFL career. This is strictly, when they played in college and how you.
Yeah, I have 2 fucking Heisman winners in my mind that I'm like, he's got to have him on this list, right? But
Jameis.
They're probably gonna be on the list. Is what I'm gonna.
I'm gonna put Jameis in.
I'm going 4.
3.
Put him at 4.
Okay, so you got Jameis at 3, and you said 4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay, number 3, Reggie Bush.
I wish I just put whatchamacallit at 4 because I would put Bush at 3.
Dude, Bush is the greatest college running back I've ever seen. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I'm going 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Bush at 2 as well.
Okay. Number 4, Tim Tebow.
See, this was one of the guys that I had in my head for one, too.
Yeah.
But it's like, there's another guy.
Here's where I'm at right now. I'm afraid you're going to say Travis Hunter, and I have number 1 left.
Travis Hunter is not on this list.
Oh, thank God.
I will give that hand away.
5.
Tim Tebow at 5?
I'm putting at 5.
Tim Tebow?
Putting at 5.
Holy shit. All right. Fair. I'm not.
It's left in my head.
You're gonna hate me.
5, 6, and 1 left.
I have what 4, 1, and 6. 4.
Number 5, Johnny Football.
I already know that the last one's gonna be. This is what's gonna piss me off. Because like it's gonna be sacrilege for me to put the last guy at 6, but it's because it's Cam Newton. Like, but we're sitting here and we're talking like I can't put Johnny motherfucking Football.
Johnny Football is the greatest quarterback college I've ever seen. I've ever seen. The dude made Nick Saban's defense look like Swiss cheese 3 years in a row, dude.
I'm putting him at number 1. I gotta leave number 6 for last.
I can't believe you guys are doing this number. See, I knew I was gonna screw you guys because you were gonna leave.
I
be so mad.
I thought Hunter was gonna be on the list, and I was leaving 6 for him.
Brennan's gonna hate me the most.
Johnny Football 6.
Number 6, Cam Newton.
Yeah, number 1 for me, baby. Don't worry.
Cam, I'm sorry, but I gotta put you at 6.
I can't believe it's fair. You didn't know he was going to be number 6, but I saved him for last because that was the greatest season. Joe Burrow had the numbers right. Cam Newton, no offense to that Auburn team,
he didn't have weapons.
No, Cam Newton
He never had weapons. Let's be honest here. So besides Greg Olsen, love you, Greg, have an autographed helmet right down there.
Old Steve Smith.
Yeah, on that tail end before we got rid of him.
Yeah, but I had to save Cam Newton for last just to piss Brennan off, but Brennan read my mind. Hate that guy.
No, it clicked halfway through.
Yeah.
The only thing I would have swapped would have been, I would have put Jameis at 6, and then thrown.
I'll be honest.
Fuck. Who's your first one? You said it was
Burrow.
Burrow, yeah, I would have put Burrow at 5.
I would have
Burrow, Reggie Bush, Jameis Winston,
and then Bush would have been 4, and then everything else.
I would have
Tim Tebow, Johnny Football, Cam Newton.
I would have swapped Burrow for Tim Tebow.
Yeah, I love Joe Burrow, but he had that one good year. Tim Tebow was amazing.
See, Tim Tebow put the Gators on the map. Let's not play around here.
I have another blind ranking, but we don't have to do it tonight if you don't want to. But we can also do it tonight. It's kind of Hollywood's call. I'll let him make the decision.
What sport? Same sport?
It's going to be same sport.
Okay.
Top 5 most storied college football teams in history. So the entire history of college football, blind ranking, the 5 teams.
All right, let's hear it.
Down.
Number 1, Jeff's going to hate you guys because I know where you're going to put this team. Notre Dame.
5.
I mean, yeah, I'm just thinking of like championships.
Hear me out, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's no hate to Jeff. It's like Notre Dame never is the wow factor.
Dude, I'm sorry, but when I think Notre Dame, I don't think championships. That's the issue here.
I think Rudy. I think the movie Rudy.
Dude, say as shitty as a person I am, the thing you think of when you hear Notre Dame, and this is shitty to say, but it's kind of true, it's the gold helmet.
Honestly,
like it's the freaking uniform because it's such a classic, and they've had that gold helmet for hundreds.
Can I be honest? Like, this is gonna sound fucked, but I also think Manti Te'o.
Besides,
I'm sorry, I don't think of anything like championships or anything like that. I think Manti Te'o.
Besides, like the football aspect of it, when you say Notre Dame, I think of lacrosse now. I don't think of football.
Well, Kavanaugh brothers, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. So I feel like this is gonna sound shitty, but that's an easy 5 spot for me.
Okay, 5.
I kind of agree, and I wish Jeff was here so I could talk shit to him because I know he'd put them at like 1 or 2. All right. And this one's gonna be a tough one for Brendan, I should say a little bit, because they story-wise haven't been great. But number 2 is gonna be Miami. And I'm saying Miami before people will judge me and say that's not a storied team. Some of the greatest NFL football players in the name of Joseph and Mary have come from Miami Hurricanes. So that is why I am going to put them on this list. And yes, there's more than 5 teams on this list, and these are not the most 5 popular teams, most 5 oldest teams.
And anyone out there that disagrees with the Miami, we're not going to disrespect the 7th floor crew out here. So that's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. This is a tough one because
like I don't want to be a homer and put him at 1 because
I feel like the safe spot is 3.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm gonna go 2.
I'm going 3.
Fair.
I'm going
Number
2.
3, Michigan Wolverines.
I'm going 4, and hear me out on this. I'm only putting them 4 is because, in my opinion, the only time they are ever relevant is when they are playing Ohio State or is when Harbaugh was their coach. In my opinion, I don't recall any magical moment from a Michigan Wolverine standpoint, unless, like I said, they were playing Ohio State or Harbaugh was their coach. So I'm going to put them at 4.
That's the funny part about Michigan.
Sorry, the only other thing I remember about that is the punt with that they pan to the crowd, and then you got
with
the
homeboy.
Yes, That is the only other thing I remember Michigan about.
Dude, most of their natties came in like the 60s, 70s. That's way before.
I'm going to be honest. Their uniforms look stupid, so 4.
Okay, see, I was giving...
I hate their uniforms, and I feel like they should stop doing Bright Side because they're not worthy. Just saying.
Number 4, Ohio State.
Damn it, fucking 5 is already taken.
Oh, you better watch your fucking
2.
1 and 3.
Going 2.
What do you guys have left?
1.
I have 1 and 3.
What do you have, Hollywood?
1 after I put them at 2.
All right. Well,
wait, because I haven't answered yet. And I don't want to hear who you're going to say before I rank them.
The last one's the tough one.
I'm trying to think of teams you can say, and there's so goddamn many.
So many. I had to pick 5. I want you to know picking the 5 of this was fucking hard.
Like, because obviously,
I didn't really even
I got Oregon flowing through my brain. Like, I got
Oregon, Oklahoma,
Tennessee,
USC, Alabama,
Florida. Like, there's like like you said, Bama's. See, this is the problem: is I have Bama and Ohio State. One of them's going to be 1. One of them's going to be 3. I am going to base this off of the sole purpose of the amount of first rounders that have come from this school and have succeeded. So I'm going to put Ohio State at 3.
Hey, that's fair because the last team you both have 1 available, and it probably is number 1 is Alabama.
Yeah, Alabama number 1. Yes.
Nick Saban, you guys did good. Damn it. Damn it. You guys did good, you jackfucks.
Hey, man.
You guys did good on that one.
Let's
save the best for last on that one. Yeah, I was like, I can't say Bama early because they're gonna be like, oh, Nick Saban, that's got to be 1. I was like, I got to save that. Hope they.
Well, the worst thing is, I completely Bama wasn't even floating in my mind. So when you clicked, I'm like, thank God I kept 1 available because I was like, oh shit.
Dude, it's a tough list, man. You got some of the oldest teams ever: Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, Notre Dame, and then I'm sorry, dude. Miami is probably not a top 5 storied program, but when you go to just those 6 years of 1998 to 2004, 2005, holy shit.
I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
They fed the NFL for literally half a decade.
They were literally a farm system for just NFL teams is what they were.
And that's, if anybody hasn't watched it, Convicts versus Catholics or whatever, the East 60 or whatever those little documentaries are called, with that rivalry of Notre Dame and Miami is cinema. It is one of the best documentaries I've ever watched because you had those Miami teams, and I'm not calling them criminals.
Better watch your mouth, son.
Yeah. I mean, obviously every school's got a couple criminals. Let's be honest here, right? But
Georgia.
Hernandez.
I mean, it's just that was one of the best documentaries I've ever watched, dude. It was, oh my god, because Notre Dame had such good teams, man, and freaking Miami walked out on that field with absolute fucking units of men. It was.
Boys, I don't want to. Sorry to cut you off. Don't want to look yet, but I think I might have won 2 parlays tonight.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool.
Let's go.
But we'll check back in a minute after the podcast.
Since we're on the topic of college, before we get to the now ex-Tennessee quarterback, I'd like to say some piece about Colorado right now and their stupidity. Because this is going to flow into Jordan's new segment that we're going to announce here in a few.
I hate that this flows into it because I hate this segment right now. I know
here
what you're going to bring up.
Here is my issue with retiring Shedor's and Travis's number. Be honest, what do they do for the school besides make them internet popular?
Okay. So Brian.
Yeah.
I'll just let you guys take care of this topic and sit back and listen.
I might.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll pay my dues. I don't agree with him winning the Heisman. I don't. But he did. So congratulations.
It's a popularity vote.
I can justify in a sense if a school, because it's such a prestigious award, if you want to retire a Heisman winner's number, okay, I don't have to agree with it because you didn't do shit elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's Travis, I can respect the Heisman. I bow to that. Good for you, sir.
Yeah.
I can respect that. Shedeur Sanders' number being retired, and I'm going to use my favorite word, is egregious.
Facts.
You didn't win a fucking, let him know, Miss Titans, let him know. That is egregious. You didn't even win your conference 1 year you were there.
Thanks.
Not 1 year.
No.
You don't win your conference. You don't go to the playoff. You damn sure don't win a fucking natty. And you're gonna retire that number? That is the most nepotism type of bullshit I have ever seen, Dion. And I'm sorry, brother. You got to be kidding me as a coach. You are in the NFL. I want you to just take a coach in the NFL. I don't even fucking care. Name a coach. If their kid
Duval.
If you're the kid on the team, and the kid didn't win a freaking thing, didn't win a Super Bowl, didn't win their division, didn't win an MVP, which is the Heisman, I guess, of the NFL, and they retired their number when you were playing, Dion, how would you feel about that?
Yeah.
Just curious.
Another
because you won't feel good about it.
I kind of wonder, does this put a chip on Shiloh's back? Because
dude,
his number is not being retired. Granted, him and Shedeur did the same thing. Absolutely nothing on either end of the ball.
Zero. It was the stupidest. When I saw that, I thought it was an April Fool's joke, and I knew it wasn't even April 1st.
So, and bouncing off to Travis, I saw Travis Hunter put out and say that if he doesn't get to play both sides of the ball, he might as well retire.
I'll retire, yeah.
Honestly, bye. Go ahead. Sayonara. We're not going to care. Because there is absolutely no way.
Nope.
No way. I mean, your mental capacity could be there, but your physical capacity is not going to be there in the NFL because you're playing against grown-ass men instead of a future accountant or a future salesman.
I hate to break it to him. He's not going to go out there and guard Tyreek Hill
and
then instantly turn around and come out and run a go route and go 60 yards down the field. He can try, but when he fucking
I was just about to say, you're not going to play 6, maybe to 8 snaps against Tyreek Hill on a single drive just to turn around and have to play the same amount potentially against Jalen Ramsey.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to go cover Justin Jefferson and then have to be covered and then get covered by Isaiah Rodgers. It's not going to happen.
You're not going to go out there and have to cover either Jamar Chase or T. Higgins and then go out there and turn around. Like, it's just not going to happen.
No.
Like, I love your enthusiasm, brother, but just let's come back to reality.
People want to glaze him and say he's generational talent. Okay, I get it. You played both sides of the ball.
He ain't even played in the league yet.
What was Colorado? Big 10 or Big 12? I don't remember. Big 12?
Big 12. Or no,
they're...
I thought they were. Are they Pac? No, Pac-12 was his. I think it is Big 12.
Big 12.
They're Big 12.
So they're Big 12. Big 12. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna get a lot of hate.
It's a shit conference.
No one cares about the conference.
No.
Now,
here's
my question to him: why didn't he go to an SEC school or a Big 10 school and do the same thing?
Because he couldn't.
Exactly.
So here's my thing that pissed me off the most. I gotta stop leaning up when I get mad. So he says this shit before he's even been in the league.
Yeah.
I want him to run one fucking slant and get his shit rocked by a middle linebacker, Fred Warner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you name it, dude. I don't even.
Or imagine this. Imagine he's got to go out there, cover AJ Brown, potentially try and tackle Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, good luck.
And then have to be covered by Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell.
Like,
come on. Come on.
Your mental capacity can be there for now until you actually put the pads on and step on the field with some professionals who've been in the league a lot longer than you've been alive and who are still performing at the highest they can perform.
So let's say you're more than likely to be a liability playing both sides of the ball than you are actually helping your team out.
I'll be honest. I think he'd be a liability as a receiver in the league.
Oh, yeah. I think he's a corner. And I think
put him as a corner and
that's it.
Do not play him the first year. Let him learn. Let him build up muscle because at 100 and whatever pounds he is, soaking wet, Tyreek Hill is going to pluck him and be like, bye.
So can I just give so let's just say the projections have him, whatever. Projections have him going to the Cleveland Browns at number 2.
Okay.
Let's feed into that, right? He goes to Cleveland. Who do they play 6 times a year? They play them twice a year. You play the Ravens, the Steelers, and the Bengals. So you're going to tell me, let's just start with the Ravens. You're going to go against Marlon Humphrey, who's one of the most physical corners in the league, who's going to press the shit out of you. Yeah. And I'm a big Marlon Humphrey fan.
All game.
Beast.
All game.
And then you're going to go on defense and cover
Zay
Flowers. Yeah, right. Zay
Flowers. Or let's just say, I don't know, Derrick Henry breaks out on the outside, and you have to try and tackle Derrick Henry. I hate to break it to you, Derrick Henry's going to put you in.
He's going to kill you, and you're going to do that the entire game. And that's just the Ravens. Let's go to the Steelers. They now have DK Metcalf. They have
George Pickens. And if they have an option through the middle too.
Can you imagine?
They have Muth.
Can you imagine him trying to cover Pickens and Pickens being the way Pickens is, and then all of a sudden they go on out of nowhere. He's got to go against DK.
Yeah, and then you go on offense, and you have to run a route against Tracy Porter Jr., who is notorious. He's the defensive version of DK Metcalf. He's physical as shit and literally will bust your ass. And I love Tracy Porter. Shout out
in this realm. Just imagine the entirety of a Steelers defense because their defense is always fantastic. You come across the middle, he's leaving on a stretcher.
Patrick Queen's not going to be too.
Hell no! And then you go to the Bengals. And the Bengals defense might not be great. Okay, you have 80 yards and a touchdown. Congratulations on offense.
But then guess who you got to cover? Yeah, you're going to have to cover Chase. You'll have to cover
Congratulations,
Higgins.
And Higgins. They're going to go for 300 yards on your ass because you're tired the entire game of playing offense.
Let's just come back down to reality here and just
don't get me going on this, man.
It's
topic's gonna.
I can respect the want to go both ways because people don't do it, but there's a reason people don't do it. There's 17 games in the season, not even including playoffs. Your body's not going to hold up to it. I don't care how much recovery you try to do. It's not going to happen. You went from playing JUCO and whatever to playing at a Big 12 school. Whoop-de-doo. You played against accountants. You played against future car salesmen. You played against
no one's going to the league.
Maybe future CEOs. None of them are going to the league.
Nope. He acts like he's built like prime Julio Jones. He acts like he's 6'4" and built like a fucking brick house. Shout out Julio.
He didn't do the bench at the combine, did he?
No.
He just showed
His
up.
arms would have snapped, dude. He couldn't.
Yeah. He's small. And Travis, please don't take this as I'm not saying you're not a good athlete. You are a fantastic athlete. There's
athlete.
No doubt.
Oh,
But
not that. No one is denying your athletic ability whatsoever.
But you are playing a different breed of, like Brian said it best, these are not college kids. These are grown-ass men who are playing in the league. And they're not playing in the league for shits and giggles. They're playing in the league to feed their families, pay for their mother's houses, all this shit. They aren't just playing with you. They're going to kill you.
The guys that are playing in the league came from SEC schools, ACC schools, Big Ten schools. They came from the real deal. Not like pretty much.
They came from true Power 5 conference where they came from.
Exactly. Where.
And there's some Big 12 athletes in the league, but it's not nearly as common
very
as Big
few
10
and far.
SEC.
It's very few and far.
And it's old Big 12 too. Before Texas left, Oklahoma left. You lost your two best schools in your conference.
You're playing against
senior year when you
Nick
won a
Saban Alabama players. You're playing against like
Georgia players. You're playing against like
Michigan, Penn State.
Yeah, it's
come on, man.
This is a different animal. I mean, I don't know how many times it needs to be said until you realize, like, hey, man, maybe if I focus one side of the ball, I'll be more of a factor to help my team out.
I'll be honest, but, hey, it's not going to click for him until he gets, say, DK blocking on him, or he just. And I hate to say it, it's going to take him getting his ass laid out on national television for it to click.
I mean, yeah, and of course, you never wish anything like that.
I don't wish harm on him. I don't wish anything, but he's gonna get a
wake up call.
It's gonna take a big hit for him to wake up and be like, "Holy shit! Maybe what I was told from Deion Sanders, I need to just focus on one side. I need to focus on this." But
one can only hope.
Let him rock.
I mean, because imagine trying to tackle Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to do a backflip over him.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wish nothing but the best for the kid in his career, but
imagine Montgomery gets out broken into the open field. You're not bringing Montgomery down.
Yeah, no.
It's just one of those. Wait till you get to the league and then make your comments on what you think you're gonna do.
I mean, yeah, that'd be the smart thing to do, is actually play a few games in the league and realize, like, all right, maybe I've been talking like a dumbass. Maybe let me cool it for a little bit and actually focus on one half of the ball.
Go ahead and learn what it's gonna take to play in the league, and then we could go from there. But until then,
I'm excited to let him rock. I hate to say this in a bad way. I can't. Sometimes in life, you can't wait for somebody to be humbled.
He is that person.
Yeah, and again, Travis, I'm not that I'm not a fan, because I respected the shit out of what you did, but brother, you gotta be humble to touch here. You gotta be humble.
100% has to be humbled.
Yeah,
and it's not gonna be pretty.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great for us, but not pretty for him.
It's gonna be all over the internet. I can tell you that much.
We're definitely gonna cover it, but
it'll be covered all right.
Going into some more NCAA and why I think NIL is ruining college sports.
I can't talk about this. I might have to let you guys rock. It's gonna make me lose my shit.
And the bad thing is, I did some digging, and it really wasn't Nico wanting the $4 million. It was his dad and his agent, primarily his dad.
Reed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and now all they did was get him a deal worth less money than what he was making, and at a shittier school.
Yeah.
So congratulations, dude.
You are at one of the biggest universities in the United States of America.
Yeah.
You are at one of the most prestigious schools in terms of, I mean, Peyton Manning was a alma mater of your school.
Rocky
Tennessee is not a small school. It's
No.
in a beautiful,
It's
beautiful.
there's
Knoxville is beautiful.
when you think of college sports, especially football, the fan base, they're up there as a top 5 fan base school.
Easily.
Like you look, no matter what state you're in, you're gonna run into Tennessee fans.
And guess what? They have some of, not to get to the money aspect, but let's be honest, it's a money aspect. Tennessee has some of the richest donors
Yeah.
in the country. So if you're not going to be able to get your $4 million there,
I would say Nico. If Nico's not so much Nico, but Nico's team, if that wasn't an indicator for you guys that maybe he wasn't worth $4 million,
maybe if he completed more passes, then maybe they might have considered it.
And I get it. Michigan gave a kid $10 million whatever dollars, and honestly, yeah, we haven't seen him play either. They could look like complete idiots for that deal.
I will say I saw.
I'll say come in a few years.
I think it was Twitter.
You can't make the argument about that. So it's just one of those things. You guys just bit your own fucking self in the ass, because not only did you just make your son look bad, essentially, like an asshole and not a team player, but you kind of just tanked his draft stock tremendously.
100%. And speaking of, I believe his name's Underwood. That's with Michigan.
Bryce Underwood. Yep.
There is a Twitter clip going around Twitter that I saw. Yes, it is spring ball, so it's not
beer belly.
No, he looked pretty good. At least in spring ball, he looked pretty good.
I just saw a joke. So he like reached up for a catch, and like he had a bit of a belly. And trust me, Bryce, not judging that. That's a grown man right there.
Yeah, that's a dog.
But, yeah.
It's a pure athlete. They're just jealous of you, Bryce. Just letting them know.
I just saw somebody was like, hey, he's fat. And I'm like, brother, that dude could lose that 5 pounds in 2 days.
Yeah, 100%.
2 days. Like, don't even make that comment.
100%.
That dude is a purebred fucking 18-year-old, whatever he is. I don't even know.
I think just turned 18, I think.
Whatever, yeah. Like, dude, just...
But, yeah, it's...
not an argument.
I hope the best for him, but no one's going to watch UCLA games. Sorry.
YMCA. Oh, sorry, is that what?
No. Okay. Anyways.
Now, I am excited for this new segment.
Oh, don't show the picture.
Oh, it's going up because it is.
This is all about Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's that
the
way.
newest segment
for
our ex-quarterback, Jordan.
I like the picture.
And he is Jordan.
Go ahead, Jordan, if you'd like to say the name of your new segment.
So this is going to be Under Center with Jordan.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so this week, Jesus Christ, we're going to cover the top 5 prospects, in my opinion, coming into the draft this year.
You can keep going. I have
You're good.
A graphic.
So just a couple things. So
I'm just keeping Under Center with the Jordan on the screen.
I watch a ridiculous amount of film, and I am in no way, shape, or form as good as these guys going into the draft, right? So when I'm critiquing,
what he's saying is he is 10 times better than Mel Kiper, and he is going to crush this draft analysis here.
So my whole thing is, when I'm watching film, I'm just kind of doing the old film study from a college point of view, not even an NFL point of view, but I think I got my grips on kind of a lot of the stuff that's going on, and I tried my best to, when I'm judging these guys, to really kind of dig deep. I watched, God bless, dude, this week I've watched an egregious amount of film on all of you, and I mean that with respect, because you guys are that good and there's that much film out on YouTube. And I commend every single dude that's going to be in this draft. You guys are all incredible in your own way. You're not going to all make it in the NFL, and I mean that with respect. It's just never going to happen. There's only one Tom Brady, there's only one Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Dan Marino. I mean, you name it, right? Like, so any critique I give, I just don't want that to be a thing, but there's definitely going to be some critique here with respect. But so my top 5 this year is, I'm just giving my top 5 prospects in my opinion from what I've watched. And it goes Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Shedeur Sanders, Jalen Milroe, and Will Howard. And I'm going to give a little critique on all of them. And first of all, they're all great quarterbacks in their own regard, but there is definitely big flaws in all of their game. So let's just start with Cam Ward. And when you watch film of Cam Ward, and I'm not trying to say this because I know Brennan's a Miami fan, but Cam Ward, dude, when you watch film, the dude is
He was
absolutely
special.
He's special.
He was
And
special.
I hope he gets a good coach. So Cam Ward this year in college, I think he dropped 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, the whole nine, whatever. The dude's a stud. The one thing I will say, when you watch Cam Ward, a lot of the passes he makes are smart, no doubt. But when he goes against a good zone, cover 3, cover 2, cover 4, even a little bit of cover 1 man, he panics a touch when the first read isn't there, and he goes to the second and third read. He gets happy feet in the pocket, and he scrambles a little bit. And the reason for that is he's a hell of an athlete. So if you're a hell of an athlete, once you get to the league, you got to understand those outside linebackers and defensive ends that are rushing you are just as good as athletes, and you're not going to outrun them. I mean, unless you're a Cam Newton, even Jaden Daniels this last year, it's a little different. So we'll see if Cam Ward is that guy this year. But I was doing a little research, and the thing that impressed me the most with Cam Ward, he had a 70% completion percentage against the blitz. So the NFL average last year, if I'm not mistaken, was 57.5%. So he'll go down to that average because that's just going to happen. But 70% in college is still a hell of an accomplishment. In the ACC, it ain't. I mean, of course, I'm with the SEC fans. It's not the SEC. I'm not saying that, but he still played some good competition. And let's be honest, he didn't have the same athletes he would have had. Let's just say if he went to a Bama, if he went to a LSU, if he went to a, Texas A&M, Georgia, etc., Florida, whatever. He would have better athletes. But 70% against the blitz was my biggest kind of thing when I'm watching this film. When you watch the film, Hollywood, could you put up the cover 3 concept real quick on the stream?
Yes. Give me 1 second. I will have.
So we're gonna dig. We're just gonna dig a little. We're just gonna dig down real quick. So I'm gonna give you guys, when you watch film, kind of what the eyes of when you're in film with your quarterback coach, the shit he's gonna grill you on, right? So when a cover 3 comes at you, and that's usually the most common 2 coverages, especially in college, is cover 2, cover 3. So those are both zone coverages. An NFL defensive coordinator will run more man, but in college, they don't have the athletes. You can't go man to man with these guys, man. You're not going to go man to man with the Jeremiah Smith. You're not going to go man to man with the back in the day Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones. You just can't do it. So what you see here, you're going to go deep thirds. Cover 3 means you got 3 guys going deep thirds. You got your 2 corners and your safety. So when you look at this, you're going to drop to your deep thirds, and your whole job, you do not let anybody behind you. And that is the entire job. I don't care if a guy catches a 20-yard, 25-yard pass. Doesn't matter. A defensive coordinator is going to grill your ass if you let a deep bomb get thrown on you. You go Travis Hunter, run by you like Colorado a lot this year, and that's my thing I'm going to say about Shedeur later. So when you go these deep thirds, you stay deep. Same with the hook. So the linebackers here, you got your Will and your Mike. So Will is weak side middle linebacker. Mike is your strong side middle linebacker. Sorry, I'm just terminology they use. You go hook to curl. Your whole job is go deep to short. So you drop as deep as you can, usually about 15 yards. Make sure nobody's behind you, and then you try to anticipate the curl in front of you. You might get an interception. You might pull a Luke Kuechly, pull a pick six, whatever. So you go deep to short. With your outside linebackers, you go your Sam, and usually, I used to call him a Rich. They're both your outside backers. You go flat. You got your little outs. You got your little 5-yard out. You got the swing pass of the halfback, and you just kind of wait for that. If no one's in front of you, you drop back. So the entire point as a quarterback, you want to either go seam or you want to do something in action in front of them. So you either mesh routes, you go one slant, and you maybe try to do a deep out behind him, and you hope that outside backer doesn't drop to that section, and you put that ball on him. So when I'm watching Cam Ward, the most impressive part to me was the anticipation of that. And Cam Ward did a great job this year. And even if the first read wasn't there, his ability with his legs, he extended the play. So when you're in this zone coverage, the defense is absolutely screwed when you extend the play because all those linebackers see blood. They want to come for you. So they start coming up a little bit. And that's when you see these Travis Kelce's in the NFL and all these receivers that are stellar. They adjust. They go to the open spot. That's the whole point of the zone. And if you have a quarterback that extends the play, you're screwed. And that's what Cam Ward brings to the Tennessee Titans. Let's be honest, he's going to go to the Titans. And he this year, watching his film, and I looked up the statistics, he had an 87% completion percentage, 0 to 10 yards. That's stellar. 64%, 10 to 20 yards, intermediate routes is what you call them. That's just insane. His weak point was 30%, 20 plus yards. And that could be attributed to multiple things. You don't have the receivers to get open. You don't have all this, that, the other. So Cam Ward really showed me on the film that he can beat his zone. When you get to the league, you got man-to-man, tighter windows, but Cam Ward's got a cannon. When you have a cannon like him, man-to-man coverage doesn't make a difference. I mean, if it's man-to-man, as soon as he makes his break, you laser that bitch in there, and Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, like we talked about earlier, I don't know if Cam Ward's going to be that, but those dudes understand that you want the man-to-man coverage sometimes.
All right, real quick with you, Jordan, I'm going to ask you this question from all the film you've watched. I'm going to put you in a coaching situation. You're drafting Cam Ward. What kind of offense are you running under Cam Ward that, in your mind, will benefit him in the long run to benefit your team in the long run as well?
So, I mean, spread concept.
Okay.
So, and when you get to the nitty gritty, you do personnel, right? So 12 personnel is 1 running back, 2 tight ends, and then you start to get to nitty gritty. You go 13, 40, etc. 40 is empty. You got 4 down, 4 receivers. You got a tight end. You're empty, etc. If I had Cam Ward on my team, we're spreading all day, dude. I have the option. I want to give him the option 60 to 70% of the time to use his legs. So if I was a coach in the league, you every bit want to use his legs, because when he's young, let's be honest, he's not going to read the defense like we're hoping he probably could. I mean, we're talking about it like it's not. He has to read this shit in 2 seconds. When he gets to the line, you call it a pre-snap read. He sees the coverage that he thinks is going to happen. The defense is going to adjust. It's going to happen throughout the game, and he has to have a good offensive coordinator to adjust with him to see the disguise per se. So they're going to drop a safety down. You're going to think there's one safety back, and then that safety is going to drop out as soon as you snap the ball, and you're going to go to a cover 2 man. You go to a cover 4, whatever it's going to be, cover 1 robber, whatever. And you have to, as a quarterback, you have to make sure when they disguise what they're doing, your entire job is then, I hate to say it, you take your check down. You take that short route across the middle. You take that little hook and curl 5 yards. And once Cam Ward gets that concept, I'm scared for the rest of the league. And that's my thing. If he understands when to use his legs, and as a coach, if you put him under center, you're doing a crime for his development, because that's not going to be his game. He's not a Tom Brady. He's not one of those old stereotypical 6'5" big white dudes. Yeah, he's not a pocket passer by no means. And that goes, I hate to say it, that goes for every quarterback in this draft besides maybe Will Howard, because Will Howard is that stereotypical 6'5", big boy, 240 that could drop back and see over your line. Shedeur, Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe, for instance, funny you say that. Jalen Milroe, his completion percentage dropped by 15% when he was in a straight drop back situation. So if you're the coach there, your entire job is to ensure he never gets into that straight drop back situation, and you do a waggle, you do an RPO, you give him the option. So when you do an RPO, you fake that run, inside zone, whatever it is, outside zone, inside zone, stretch, you fake that, and the linebackers automatically have to come up and read that run. They have to fill their gaps. They have to do what they have to do. So when you do that, that takes them that extra second and a half to then get back to the hook to curl. That's why you see in the NFL now Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, back in the day, Cam Newton, RG3 even, right? You have all these mobile quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson's finally getting to that concept now. He's understanding. Lamar Jackson, when he tried to be a pocket passer, it just wasn't happening. He's adjusted a lot to it. I'll give him some serious credit. Hence the MVP, right? But these guys, once they get that concept, I'll never be the pocket passer. Let me be who I am. And that's my thing with Cam Ward. And even Shedeur is a pocket passer. But my thing with Shedeur, his QBR, so QBR, quarterback rating, everything's adjusted. Your passing, running, situational, completion percentage, it's all put into like this AI simulator, and they give you a rating. Shedeur had the lowest rating of the top 5 quarterbacks I gave. And that's a little worrisome, because he didn't play the best competition to get that rating either. And I'm not high on Shedeur in this draft, but I'm also not going to say he's going to be a bust. I mean, if he gets the right coaching, he has a chance. Shedeur was fantastic against zone coverage, like we just talked about, cover 3, cover 2, cover 1, cover 1 robber, whatever. Shedeur was great in that. But when he got to man, the tighter windows, you have to put the ball on the dime. You got to put it on him right as he breaks. You have to throw the receiver open. Shedeur lacked that ability a little bit when you're watching film. And as soon as that, his arm strength, and I didn't have the strongest arm either. I understand. I mean, you got to pull that Drew Brees out of you a little bit. You have to anticipate a second before he's going to be where he's going to be because you don't have that cannon of an arm. You don't got an Aaron Rodgers arm. You got to understand that. So you have to. There's no twirling the ball in the pocket. There's no happy feet, sliding right, sliding left. There's none of that. You have to step into that throw like Drew Brees used to do on the dot. And when he is breaking, and Sean Payton always used to say that was Drew Brees' best attribute. As soon as he breaks his route, you throw that ball. There is no defense for a perfect throw. And the guy you see do that the most, funny enough, and Will Howard had an exceptional ability to do that, but Will Howard also lacked the ability to go off of that first and second read. He would go Jeremiah first, Emeka Egbuka second. When he would get to his third, fourth read sometimes, it would start to be a little lackluster, and that's the thing with him. So all of these quarterbacks have the ability to beat a zone coverage, be decent against the blitz. Funny enough, the worst against the blitz, I believe, was Jackson Dart. He had like a 69.5% completion percentage against the blitz. It dropped to 59%. That's a bad sign a little bit sometimes because the best quarterbacks in the league, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, when they go against the blitz, sometimes your completion percentage is supposed to kind of increase because if you run a cover 3 and you bring that outside Will backer to blitz, a good quarterback like a Mahomes, like a Josh Allen, understands, okay, that hook to curl is not covered. The defense is praying that the blitz is going to get there before you can release that ball, but a good quarterback is going to release that ball before he gets there. Yes. And that's why there's good quarterbacks. So you see these guys in college, and like I said, they're all phenomenal, man. They're all phenomenal, but you have to be able to read that blitz, read that zone coverage, and you have to be able to put that ball on a dime when it's man. When it's nitty-gritty time, 2 minutes left in the game, you're down by 6 points, you're down by 3, whatever it is. You got to be able to put that ball on a dime because a good defensive coordinator is going to make you make the mistake. And these guys got to understand that when they get to the league. And a lot of it, unfortunately for these guys, is going to be coaching. And Cam Ward, I'm nervous about him. He's going to Tennessee. I'm not sure how that they don't have the best reputation for developing quarterbacks, as you guys know. They got rid of their best coach, Mike Vrabel, for years.
Yeah.
But, I'm a little nervous. This quarterback class, in my opinion, is a little weaker than what we've seen recently. Like last year, you had Jayden Daniels, Bo Nix, even Caleb Williams started to come on a little bit at the end of the year. I'm missing a couple guys, but you get the point, man. I mean, Michael Penix came in looking decent. I mean, you just, as a quarterback, when you get into your film study, you gotta pay attention to your coach and listen to what he's saying. They know what they're talking about.
Now, say he wasn't going to go to the Titans, where would you want to see him go to actually be able to develop?
Giants. Brian Daboll. Say what you want about the guy. Brian Daboll's offense is impeccable. When he was with Josh Allen's turnovers went from he had like 18 the previous year down to 5 or 6. I mean, if I'm a if I'm a young quarterback, my whole dream is to go to an offensive coach. Sean Payton, Andy Reid, Brian Daboll, even the boy down in Jacksonville, Duval, Cohen or whatever. I mean,
Cohen.
Anybody you can name, you want an offensive background. When you go to a defensive coach, Bill Belichick, Raheem Morris, Pete Carroll, you don't develop your quarterbacks as you want to because the coaches are seeing it through a defensive lens, which isn't a bad thing. Bill Belichick has 8 Super Bowl rings, 1 or 2 with the Giants, 7 with the Patriots, whatever it was, or 6 with the Patriots. Sorry, excuse me. And unless you get a Tom Brady, you get a Peyton Manning. As a defensive coach, you're never gonna come out to what you want to be. I mean, you see Drew Brees. Drew Brees was a phenomenal quarterback. Got injured in San Diego at that time. San Diego Chargers went to New Orleans. Got Sean Payton, and the rest is history. So if I was Cam Ward, I would definitely want a little bit of Brian Daboll action because you come in there, you get Malik Neighbors, and you have a number 1 receiver and an offensive coach. You have a way better chance, in my opinion, than. And I'm not saying Tennessee's got a chance this year. I mean, you got decent running backs. You got Tony Pollard. You got Tajay Spears, but I mean, what do you got on the outside? Calvin Ridley and Treylon Burks.
Yeah.
Neither of those dudes is ever going to kiss the shoes of Malik Neighbors. And I mean that with respect, Calvin Ridley. You've had a good career, but you ain't no Malik Neighbors. So I would
That's
say
fair.
probably, of the top 5 teams, I would probably want to go to New York Giants.
I think it also would be good to see him go, like you said, to an offensive coach, but also he sit for a year and learn.
Yes. Sit behind Russell Wilson, man. I talk so much shit about Russell Wilson, but the dude's won a Super Bowl. The dude's been in the league for 16 years. Just sit behind him, see how he studies film, see what he's reading.
Collect your paycheck and just learn.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
Look at Mahomes, dude. Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith. He literally to this day says every time, man, Alex Smith taught me how to watch film. Alex Smith taught me how to read a defense. Andy Reid and him would just grill him in the quarterback room. That's all you call it, man. When you go into the film room, you just quarterbacks in there, you get grilled, dude. It's brutal.
I will say this, not a big Chiefs fan, but I will give credit to Mahomes for that and for what he's been doing in the offseason because it's all over the place. He's putting in the work. Yep. He's not out there on vacation like some people. He's in the gym. He's in the weight room, putting in the work, getting prepared for next season because that Asta belt that he got, he learned from it.
Oh, yeah.
Real quick, I want to switch up because you talked about how Cam Ward, Shedeur, Dart, and Milroe are all kind of that same umbrella in terms of a scrambling quarterback, but also has an arm. The one guy you mentioned, Will Howard, though, on the other hand, what do you see where you put him in your top 5? What are the intangibles that Will Howard's going to bring you? What is it about Will Howard's game that you like? I could not say the most, but that you like enough to put him on the list.
So my thing with Will Howard, and this also, I hate to give credit to the receivers when you talk about a quarterback, but it has to come in. I mean, Joe Montana's not Joe Montana with that Jerry Rice, Randy Moss with Tom Brady, that 2007 year, Marvin Harrison, Peyton Manning. I mean, you got to think about it. The greatest quarterbacks ever had the receivers, but Will Howard had Jeremiah Smith and Igbuka. The thing that struck me was the deep ball accuracy. When you do the research on all 5 guys, they're 20-plus yard throws, which you quantify as a deep ball. Everybody's within 35 to 48%. Will Howard was at 56.8% on those deep balls. And in the NFL, when you have an opportunity on a deep ball and you get your receiver one-on-one outside and you put a good ball to him, that receiver most of the time is going to come down with that. Like I said, there's no defense for a perfect ball. So when I'm watching Will Howard, man, his 9 routes, route tree 1 through 9. I'm not going to get on the whole specifics of it, but the 9 is the go ball, fly, whatever you want to call it. Will Howard on those balls and the deep post, which is an 8, corner 7, those 3 routes. Man, dude, he had some serious good balls, and his receivers made good plays too. I mean, like I said, Jeremiah Smith and Igbuka, my God,
I mean, yeah,
just animals. But
Jeremiah Smith comes into the draft. It's going to be
my God, number 1. He should.
Yeah,
His touches when on a quarterback, the air, the arc per se, you putting on that ball, the higher you put it on the deep route, the makes your receiver have the ability to high point that ball. So even if it's a bad ball per se, if you have good touch on your ball, he can come back to it, draw a pass interference, whatever, high point the ball. Will Howard puts beautiful touch on the ball. The thing with Will Howard is on his kind of the shorter passes, he loses his mechanics quick. He gets happy feet. His plant leg is not where it's supposed to be, and his release point is nowhere near what it's usually at. And that's just because he's trying to be quick with it, which is what you're supposed to do. But you can notice when he's doing that, his completion percentage is still good, no doubt. But when you get to the league, look at Anthony Richardson. You have to hit those slants. You have to hit those quick outs. You have to hit those bubble screens. You have to hit that 7-yard in. You have to hit that on money, and that has to be in the breadbasket on time, right where it needs to be, or else your receiver is going to get a suicide ball. And a suicide ball is when you set your receiver up to get absolutely fucking killed in the middle of the field by the middle linebacker. So if you don't do that and you set your receiver up, your receiver is going to trust you less. And the next time he runs that slant, the next time he runs that out, he ain't going to try to go for that ball again, and that's going to lead to a pick 6. Yes. His ass is sitting there in the back of his head. That dude's trying to make money too in the NFL. He ain't trying to get killed again. He's going to try to catch it, but he ain't going to try to do what he did the first time when he got depleted. So with Will Howard, just fundamentals, dude. I would highly recommend going to Tom Brady's old quarterback coach. I can't remember the dude's name. Tom Brady went to the same quarterback coach for damn near 15 years, dude. And he's impeccable. And that's all Tom Brady used to say. He's like, I'm not the most athletic guy. I'm not the most I don't have the strongest arm, but he said if my mechanics are good and I put that ball where it needs to be, we're going to win games. And he has 7 Super Bowl rings to say for that. And that's the thing with Will Howard. If Will Howard can master that muscle memory of putting that ball where it needs to be on time, same release point, let your receiver see it, not get killed, he'll have a lot of success in the league. The dude is huge. He's 6'5", 240 pounds. I mean, he is the stereotypical.
Well, I'll say this: you saying that kind of lays into my next question. Who is your quarterback comparison to a quarterback now in the league for Will Howard? Who would you compare him to as a starting quarterback in the top 32?
Truthfully, so this and he's going to get a lot of hate because this comparison might not be good in the eyes of people right now. He reminds me a bit of Trevor Lawrence, but a little bit thicker. Trevor Lawrence has the same tendencies. When Trevor Lawrence gets pressured, that muscle memory flees quick. And I have a feeling that's why some of his injuries are coming up with his hip, his elbow. When Trevor Lawrence and Will Howard are very similar height. Trevor Lawrence is a lot skinnier, though. Will Howard has a little more kind of meat on the bones. Good for you, Will. Nice job. But they're both semi-mobile. They can both run a little bit when they need to run. But when I see Trevor Lawrence play and when I watched Will Howard, it's eerily similar because of the mistakes as long as the upside as well. I mean, they have cannons for arms. Will Howard he does have a good arm, man. I was reading scouting reports today, and people were saying his arm is weak. The dude can put a 60-yard bomb on the dot, though. And if you can throw a ball 60 yards, you're okay. Like, that's the way I look at that. It's just he's got it. When he throws that 15-yard skinny post in the middle of the field, he can't stale it. Same with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, it's eerily similar. And obviously, one was much higher drafted than the other's going to be. Will Howard's probably going to be 3rd, 4th, 5th round pick in that range. And Trevor Lawrence was the number 1 overall pick. That's just because of the success in college. Trevor Lawrence was a Heisman contender 2 years in a row, won a Natty, got to the Natty, and lost. Whatever. I see very similar aspects in both of their games, and I'm hoping. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be fine. I think that dude's a stud too. But Will Howard, I just hope he's going to be the guy that sits for 2-3 years, and I have a feeling you're going to see him come up one day in a preseason game, and you're going to be like, oh shit, he actually has a little bit of talent, and then it's going to go from there. And I hope that's how it is for him. But,
well, that's next question is what offense do you see him fitting well in and having the most success in?
I would put it, so in college he played mostly spread. I would put him under center though. With his stature, give him the aspect of the play action. He's a smart guy. I mean, he does go through his reads actually fairly quickly. The problem is the mechanics again. Like I said, when he gets that 3rd read, he gets this little bit of the release point gets kind of fucked up. And I watched Ohio State football way too much this year. I got pissed off by it. But I'd put him under center, establish a run game, let him do the play action, and then once you set that up, you go into your shotgun. You do a play action RPO off the shotgun. You do an inside zone, give a little read, and let him start to cook from there. But I would start him under center, very beginning of the game. He's a big guy. He can scramble, so let him do a waggle. You know what I mean? A waggle, back in what we call it is, let's say you fake stretch right side. You waggle back left, etc. The dude's got enough arm strength. Let him get mobile, but let him get mobile off of the run game. Don't expect him to he ain't no Cam Ward by no means. No. He's no Jalen Milroe. He's no Jane Daniels. The guy will not run on his own. Let him get mobile when the defense is starting to panic. And when the defense starts to panic is when you are gashing them, whatever you want to say, for 3, 4, 5 yards of carry. That's when you let him get mobile and do his thing. He runs a decent 40. It was like a 4.8, whatever the hell it was. It ain't fast, but it ain't slow. He can get on that edge. As soon as that outside backer bites down, he gets around. I mean, you can get some big plays. And like I said, once he starts to really be able to read that defense and he gets his stuff together when it comes to mechanics, you could put him in the shotgun. But that's going to take years.
Can I give you my perfect team in my eyes for Will Howard? The Detroit Lions.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Oh my God. That is the perfect team for Will Howard, in my opinion.
I agree with that 100%.
That is a absolutely fantastic take.
I'll say you let him sit behind Goff 2 years, 3 years, then let Goff go on wherever he is, whether it be retirement, whatever it is. Bring in Will Howard. You still have the young guns of Jahmyr Gibbs. You still have one of the best O-lines, I would imagine, still at the time. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just a great scenario. But real quick on a pivot to that point, two more guys you've mentioned but haven't touched on is one I'm more curious about because a lot of people would consider him more of a running back than a quarterback. So Jalen Milroe. Well, what are you seeing with Jalen Milroe here?
Before you get there, I see an NFL team switching him positions.
Yeah, so I hate to get on this train because that's what happened with Lamar Jackson, but Lamar Jackson showed me a lot more in college, the ability to throw the ball. When you watch Jalen Milroe's film, it's a little worrisome. And I'm just going to say that politely because the dude is, oh my God, an athlete. But if that first read's not there when you watch him, the first thing he does is run. The first thing. He doesn't read the defense one bit. If his first read is not there, he runs. That is not going to last in the NFL. I'm sorry. It's tough, man. He was at Alabama. He had good talent around him, and watching the way he would play at Alabama, and they put him in a great offensive RPO, quarterback runs, everything. That shit is not going to work in the league, dude. You have to be able to throw the ball. I mean, you would see a 350-yard game from Milroe, and you're like, oh shit. Three of those throws that he would make were 50-yard bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have to, and then you would watch another game, whether it was the bowl game against Michigan 2 years ago with Saban. I mean, Michigan absolutely shut him down. He had like 180 yards passing, and when you take his legs away, he's done. He's done. And that's the thing in the league that's just not going to happen. A good defensive coordinator in the league, Steve Spagnuolo from Kansas City. The dude in Baltimore, I can't remember the guy's name. You go on Dan Quinn, off the coach of the Commanders, right? Like you give these good head coaches and good defensive coordinators that are defensive minded, and you show them that if they take away one thing, Bill Belichick always used to say, "I'm going to take away your best thing. If you can beat me with your secondary game, you can beat me. Congratulations." But the thing is, with a lot of these guys, they're not going to beat you with that, and that's the definition of Milroe. 64% completion percentage in college, not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but like we said earlier, he had a 15% lower completion percentage on a straight drop back throw. That is bad. So that puts him at 49%. In the red zone, when it's a tight window throw, red zone's within 20 yards. When he had a tight window throw, his completion percentage was 31%. That ain't going to last in the league. The NFL is about slow drive. You don't get big plays in the NFL. That's the entire point of these guys. Brian said it best. These are grown men that have been studying their craft for years. You're not going to get a big play. 31% in the red zone in a tight window throw, you're screwed, man. You are never going to win a game. You have so many plays within the 20-yard line, and you have to slowly chip to get into that end zone. Look at Philly, man. Push. Philadelphia is famous getting to the 3-4 yard line, and then it gets to the point. All right, we're just going to push your ass, bro, and we're going to get in the end zone. If Jalen Milroe can get to that, maybe, but I'm not going to – I don't know. And he had the worst completion percentage of all 5 guys against the blitz as well. And that shows me he's not reading that defense. If he's not seeing where the blitz is coming from and able to throw, you always throw where the blitz is coming from. And he can't. He can, but it's not as often as the other guys. He had the worst completion percentage on straight dropbacks, worst completion percentage in the red zone, and worst completion percentage against the blitz. An NFL defensive coordinator is going to eat your lunch. So if you're going to ask me what team he needs to go to, whatever coach can exemplify his mobility. I hate to say the Ravens in a way, right? Because the Ravens showed you they could do it with Lamar his first year or two before he picked up the passing and drop back aspect of his game. But he's not going to go there. Lamar's 29 years old. He's going to be there for 5 years, 6 years. And Jalen Milroe is going to be an afterthought after that. So I love Milroe. He is a hell of an athlete, 4.36, whatever it was at the combine or his pro day. Congratulations. But I just don't see his game translating. And he's a hell of an athlete, but I think Brian might be right. It might get to the point where you do a Braxton Miller to him and you put him as a slot receiver. You put him as like a third down running back. I don't know. But
okay, then
I can see him as a running back.
Curious to play devil's advocate with you. Then what tangibles made you look at Milroe to be like, okay, he is in my top 5 draft prospects at quarterback?
His arm strength and his mobility.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hate to say it this way, this draft class for quarterbacks is not that good.
No.
It's not. So when
very
you ask
weak,
for
yes.
a top 5, when you get to that 4 and 5 spot, you really God, besides Cam Ward in this draft, I don't know if I see any of these guys being a starter one day. Jackson Dart, I love Jackson Dart. People was high on him too, but
I think Jackson Dart will learn.
That's what
and because I've been seeing people projecting him to the Steelers, which I like. Because
give him a couple years to
let him sit and learn. Give him 2-3 years of learning, and then give him.
Well, okay, I'll play devil's advocate again. Okay, who the hell is he going to sit behind and learn from? Because you're not learning from Mason Rudolph. So it's like one of those things. Yeah, at that point, you would need Aaron to come in and be like, hey, I need you to kind of help Jackson. So that way we have our quarterback for the future.
And I'm not the biggest Aaron Rodgers fan, but I think he would learn a lot from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And they have very.
But you say what you want. Aaron learned a lot from Brett Favre. And Aaron can now pass that knowledge he's learned from his years in the NFL to, say, a Jackson Dart. And then if I'm a Steelers fan, which hell never will be, I would be happier than a pig in shit because I have the quarterback for the future.
Yeah. All right. My thing with Jackson Dart, when you watch, I beg you guys to go watch the games they lost last year. They lost 2 or 3 games by 1 possession. And I think Florida was the team they played against when I'm watching. And he had 3 drives in the last 4 minutes. And
I was going to say, what was it? Yeah, because I remember I texted you about this game. And I was like, dude, he throws the pick, and I was like, oh my God, they have another chance because they get the ball back. And then he throws the interception again. So, I mean, it's situations like that where you look at and you're just like, oof, yeah, that's his 2-minute drill. It's just not there. He's not his clutch game. It's not there. His head, it's just he wasn't reading the defense well.
He's another one that needs to go to an offensive coach.
So here's my thing with that though, Brian. He arguably had the greatest offensive coach he's going to have in his whole career. Say what you want about Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin at Alabama won 1 or 2 natties as an offensive coordinator, and Nick Saban literally said the only reason we won the natty was because of Lane Kiffin's offense. Lane Kiffin is an outstanding offensive coach. So I just don't know what coach he can go to in the NFL that doesn't already have a quarterback. Andy Reid with Mahomes, Sean Payton with Bo Nix. I'm not the biggest Bo Nix guy, but Bo Nix looked good last year. Maybe the Rams. Maybe with Sean McVay, you give the Rams him, and he sits behind Stafford for a year.
Crazy.
And he sees Stafford's
crazy thought here. Mahomes is young. Say he gets to the Chiefs as the backup, and he's sitting behind Mahomes, learning from Mahomes and Andy Reid. And then a few years down the road, still not a starter, goes to a new team, takes what he learns, and actually does very well.
And I'm not disagreeing with that one bit. In my opinion, personally, if I was Jackson Dart, I'd be praying to God above, because they've already said the Rams in the 3rd and 4th round, if he falls this far, are going to be looking for a quarterback to maybe replace Stafford in 1-2 years, whatever he's going to play for. If I'm Jackson Dart, I'm hoping I plummet to the Rams and get drafted there, because you get arguably the best offensive coach in the league in McVay, and then you get an older quarterback who's going to retire. I'd probably say 2 years. I give Stafford 2 years, probably maybe 2 years. If you get to sit there for 2 years and learn, develop.
Well, not only that, but the development, you get Puka Nacua to be your starting receiver right away. Devontae Adams. Well, you can learn from Devontae then, because Devontae learned from Aaron and all this. Plus, you have Kyrie Williams. So you're kind of set up in terms of weapons in a way, and you're learning from 2 of the best. So it's a situation that's definitely match made in heaven.
If I'm a quarterback in this draft, I want to go to the Rams. I've been saying that. Me and Lance have had this conversation, dude. I have been pleading. If I was in this draft, which I'm not, you guys are way better than me, man. Absolutely. But if I'm a quarterback in this draft, I am begging to Christ I go to the Rams. Begging to Christ I do.
I'll say, I personally just feel when it comes to quarterbacks coming out of the draft, don't start them right away. They need a year or so to learn and develop.
So different.
I will ask this one question though, because in a podcast a few weeks ago, you had mentioned his name, but I'm curious why you didn't put him in the top 5. Is Tyler Shaw, whatever? Yeah. What is obviously? I'd imagine he's your 6th guy, and it's a close one since you had mentioned it.
Dude,
but what about his? I'll say, what about his game was different from say a Will Howard or a Milroe that made you not want to put him in the top 5, but has you as like your sneaky. If you get him, good for you type draft guy.
His arm talent is phenomenal. His injury history and competition in college. He played at Louisville. He had 2 games a year against really like NFL potential athletes in Clemson and Florida State. Plays Miami too, but this year was Miami's like first really like shit. Miami's good again. Well,
let's not forget he did start his career at Oregon being a backup, but that's just.
But he wasn't, and that's the thing too. When he played at Oregon, there's a reason Oregon got rid of him. First of all, I believe he freaking blew his knee out or shoulder, one of the two. So Oregon was, and that was like a second injury at that time in 2 or 3 years. And that's my thing with Shaw is the first thing is injury, dude. If you have an injury history in college against guys that aren't as big as the NFL, and then you get to the NFL, come on, man. Like I hate to categorize these guys in there, but RG3 had issues in college staying healthy. Gets to the league, boom. I mean, it's you're going against bigger athletes, stronger athletes, faster athletes. These guys are going to hit you harder, and if you have injury concerns, if I'm a GM in the NFL, that's one of the first things I think of. If I'm going to spend a draft pick on you in the top 4 rounds, I just don't know if I'm willing to do that if I can't trust that you're going to stay healthy. And that's my biggest thing. And these top 5 guys, say what you want about all 5 of these dudes. And I knock on shit. I need to find wood. I mean, this is fake wood, but they have been pretty freaking healthy in college. All of them.
Yeah.
They haven't had injury concerns. Jackson Dart got a little nicked up last year, but he also got crushed when he got nicked up, and that happens. But Shedeur Sanders has been healthy. Will Howard's been healthy. Cam Ward has been healthy. Jalen Milroe, for as much as he runs, has been healthy. And that's a big thing with Shaw, dude. But he has incredible arm talent. I plea you guys to watch some film on Tyler Shaw. That dude has a hell of an arm.
So one that you haven't mentioned, curious on your opinion on how you think he will do if he gets drafted. Dillon Gabriel.
Size. Dude, we haven't seen many.
Not saying he's a horrible quarterback, but
no, he's actually, of all the guys I listed, Dillon Gabriel. Oh, hey, Mustangs won. Dillon Gabriel might be the best at his release point, mechanics, and reading a defense. But the thing with Dillon Gabriel is he has had incredible athletes. Once he transferred from Hawaii, he transferred to UCF, and then he went to, was it Oklahoma, and then Oregon. Correct? I believe.
Hold on. I thought he went.
I can't recall the Oklahoma, but yes, the others sound familiar.
Look up Dillon Gabriel, Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure he went to Oklahoma.
I'm looking it up right now.
He replaced, yeah. I'm pretty sure he came after Jalen Hurts.
So he went Hawaii, UCF, Oklahoma, Oregon.
Yeah. Funny, I was watching Oklahoma. I need a life. Chat, I need a life. If he was a bigger guy, dude, holy shit. If he was a bigger guy, he wouldn't have had to transfer last year. He would have gone to the draft last year. His problem is he's a small dude, man. Unless you're Drew Brees, and Drew Brees is one of a freaking kind, dude. Unless you're as mobile as Lamar Jackson and you have the throwing discipline of Drew Brees at that size.
I don't think he's got the mobility, though.
That's no, hell no. Hell, that's it. Yeah. And when you go to Oregon this year, everybody's like, oh, look at his numbers.
Look at the talent that he had to throw to.
Exactly. Oregon had top 5 talent this year.
They
3,
always do.
I would say. Yeah.
I feel like quarterbacks that come out of Oregon, they're not really ones that we can look at and be like they're going to be great until we see them play outside of the caliber of players that go to Oregon.
Absolutely. And when Dillon Gabriel played, I hate to use this game because it was such a blowout, but that Ohio State-Oregon game in the playoff, if you're that guy as a quarterback, that doesn't happen. I mean, Cam Newton had nobody around him back in the day. Look what happened, right? I mean, Tim Tebow had phenomenal teams, but he was a fantastic college quarterback. Like, these guys don't let that happen in college, let alone the NFL. And to get blown out like that in a big game, I'm not saying it was his fault because his offensive line played like shit. He got sacked.
I have to use the restroom, but continue on.
I don't know, man. Dillon Gabriel, I like him as a quarterback. I just don't like him translating to the league one bit.
I hate to see it, but I don't see him at all. And I don't wish that on him because he's put in the effort, he's put in the time.
Yeah.
And
agreed. But that's one of those you feel bad for the guy, but a guy he might turn into a.
Now, that's not to say he might not. He might be. It might not work the NFL, but he could probably work as maybe a quarterback coach.
Oh shit! Yeah, dude, his mechanics are phenomenal. Hell yeah. Especially as a lefty too. That was the coolest part of watching him in film.
Go into coaching.
Seeing the lefty laser.
Go into coaching.
Agreed. This quarterback class, man, I could be really wrong about this. I hope I am because I want success for these guys.
I don't
see much here.
It's not a strong class.
No, this might be the worst quarterback class since the Kenny Pickett class in 2020 or 2021.
I also feel like when it comes to quarterbacks nowadays, like you were saying, Will Howard's about the only pocket passer out there.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of these kids that are coming up now, they're not taught to be the pocket passers. It's all mobility, and that's all we're going to see now. And you can't hate it, but something about just that old school drop back, pocket, laser.
Yeah. There's a reason. So the way I look at it is there's a reason something has always worked in the NFL, and it's that stereotype. And then you hear people say, well, it's a new NFL now. Yes. But there's always going to be a place. Kirk Cousins has made the second or third most money in NFL history. It ain't off mobility.
No, it's his arm.
It's his anticipation, his throwing mechanics, and his arm. That's all it is. And when these guys say, oh, if you're not a mobile quarterback, if you can't run, you're never going to be successful. It's just not true. I mean, there's been a stereotype in the league for so long, and there's a reason it's worked. NFL defense is so different. You're going against the best corners in the world. You're going against the best safeties in the world, the best linebackers, the best pass rush. You have to be able to read that defense and quickly. And those pocket passers back in the day, they didn't make a living off of moving. They made a living off of being able to read that, read where the blitz is coming, read what coverage it is, pre-snap. You do that, that's how you're successful. When you get to my coach always used to tell me, Rob Milstead, if you get to the line and you don't know who you're going to throw the ball to, you're already a step behind. And it was 100% true. If you don't know who your first read, let's just say you run a flood concept. I'm going to get all technical. Flood concept to the right. The far outside receiver, your Y, he's running a fly. You run a deep out. You run a drag, and you run a backside in. So the entire concept is you're dragging the defense to the right. If you don't get out there and you don't know what receiver you're looking at first, you're fucked. Because by the time, usually the backside in is always going to be open. And if you don't, you're never going to get to that read. Unless your offensive line is Detroit or Philadelphia, that read is never going to be there. So you have to know who you're going to throw the ball to before it even happens. And the best quarterbacks, you audible. And that's what made Tom Brady so fucking incredible, dude. He would get to the he would get to the line of scrimmage, and he would see what defense they're in, and he would audible to his own fucking play, and his first read was his audible. And that's what these guys, man, they come out of college, they have no fucking idea of that.
No.
And you expect them to be successful with zero clue.
There was a whole reason why my sophomore year going into football, going to JV, I attempted during the summer to transition into the quarterback role because I could throw the ball, but the knowledge of that just wasn't there. So that's why I stuck with defense.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, like one thing like I always think about is when like you always talk about reading the defenses. You know, Luke Kuechly was one of the best at it, but
fuck him.
Speaking of like a viral,
play him.
Oh no, never. But speaking of a viral moment, is Clay Matthews playing the Panthers?
Yes.
And they're on the goal line, and Clay Matthews calls out the play, and Cam literally looks at him and says, "Oh, you've been watching film, huh? Watch this." Continues to run the play. Clay Matthews called out and scores a touchdown. It's like there's levels to this shit, man.
Yeah.
Like Clay Matthews is one of the all-time great Packers.
Oh hell yeah.
Cam Newton, probably the greatest Panther quarterback to ever go down. And like that is like that's what I'm talking about here. And there's like, you're not going to come in first year, like Brian said. You can't come in first year and light the world on fire. I get it. Jaden Daniels did it. There's a few quarterbacks that can do it, but like Jordan said, there's not a lot of quarterbacks in this draft that have that wow factor besides maybe Cam Ward. So you can't expect these guys to come in like a Jackson Dart per se, to come in, read a defense. And like literally, let's just say you got Jackson Dart on the line, first game of the year, and you have I don't know who the Steelers are playing, but let's just say it's Steelers versus Ravens, and you have why can't I think of the linebacker?
If it's not a sack first play, it's going to be interception.
Roquan Smith?
Roquan Smith, yes. You have Roquan Smith calling out the play, looking you in the eye, calling you out. What is Jackson Gardner going to do? He's gonna break down, he's going to get nervous, and he's like, fuck, I don't know what to do now. And he's going to probably get sacked. Like,
if there's levels sack, to the mental game here. It's going to be an interception.
Yeah, so it's like
you're gonna get
there's levels. There's levels to this, man. Like that's just what we're trying to point out here. Is like, do you need to like Bryce Young is a prime example. Develop first, then let him thrive.
I can't wait to do an under center about Bryce Young, dude. Dude, his film is beautiful. Honestly, because he is not a big guy either, but that last 5 games of last year.
I'm thinking. I've been trying to think of like a segment that I want to do. I might honestly.
Brian, you should bring it back. You're a punter. Punters are people too. You should do Brian's punting. Brian's punting segment.
I was thinking since I played line too, almost do like in the trenches, but something.
Man, you could talk about that too, dude. Protection schemes. Man, oh god.
I played defense. I didn't do offense.
Oh, boo.
I was saying he was D-line.
Listen, Linda.
I'm an O-line guy.
Listen, Linda. They wanted me to play left tackle.
He's an idiot. Yeah, they wanted him to be a left tackle, the highest fucking paid position on the offensive line. But the prima donna didn't want to play offensive line because it wasn't cool enough, so he was pussy. Excuse my French.
I went in freshman year. I wanted to play tight end. Then they were like, well, your height and I wasn't the fastest, I'll be honest. They're like, why not? Let's try you at left tackle. And I was like, that is the most boring, no one cares about. I was like, I'm going to defense.
Straight fucking money.
So then JV year, they tried again. And I remember one practice. I was so pissed off. I should have just kept me there because I was playing fantastic. I was so pissed off. And
your size, your wingspan. Oh my god, Brian.
I know.
You'd have been a first-round draft pick by now, and I just want to let you know you'd have made millions, and your life would look 10 times different than what it does now.
Offensive line is an ugly position, but it is the most necessary. There is no good quarterback without a good offensive line because guess what? If there's somebody in my fucking face hitting my ass, I can't throw the ball. Like
I will say, if I could go back and play it all over again, I would have. I would have just taken that.
Yeah. Brennan should do a tight end one too. Brennan was a
funny enough, I was thinking of doing a tight end segment, so I might do that.
I'll say
You were a really good tight end. You really should. It's a good call.
I would. I'm gonna do a line. I might even do a punting one too. I did enjoy the punting.
Tight Thompson. That's what's gonna be Brennan's.
Getting tight with the Thompson.
Yes, sir.
Getting tight with Thompson. Yeah,
I like
getting
that. I like
tight.
that a lot.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. From now on, getting tight with Thompson is going to be my new segment for tight ends.
I can't wait for you to talk about Mr. Travis Kelce, who instead of going to the gym and working out like the rest of everyone who's getting ready for the season, he's going on vacations.
If he's doing a real segment, though, he's gonna be saying shit like, "This is what you need."
I'm sorry.
Say what you want about
I'll do a real segment, and when Travis Kelce doesn't even show up in my top 5 tight ends for the week, I don't want to hear Chiefs fans crying to me, because what I'm going to be looking at is tight ends that make a difference in the blocking game, tight ends that make a difference on the field in the passing game, and tight ends that are there for their quarterback constantly. Which, don't get me wrong, I know he's his safety blanket, but.
What did you say you want your segment name to be?
Getting tight with Thompson, or something tight with Thompson.
That's gonna be so funny when we're talking about like a pass. Let's just say it's a. Let's just pull some random guy out of my ass. Right? Let's say it's Evan Ingram in Denver now, and you're gonna say this is what he should have done, and you're gonna pull up a Travis Kelce clip from 7 years ago.
Oh,
we're gonna be like, yeah, it used to be.
I need to think about what I would want, because I'm not gonna copy In the Trenches. But that's what it's called.
On my hand.
Holding the line with.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Say do something like holding the line, because you're holding
the line. You're holding that shit.
Yeah, hold the line. Hold.
Your gap schemes and whatnot. Oh my God, you're screwed. Fuck that. Oh.
I gotta be honest, not showing bias, but I'm gonna say now who I am just gonna assume is going to be a highlighted tight end for me all next season.
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers, yep. Brock Bowers. You will probably see him a lot on my list, but that's just because it'll be deserved. But continue.
I'm drafting your ass in fantasy so early, Brock. Don't fuck me.
He's gonna be my first round, first overall pick. Dude, fuck all of you.
Me and Dad were talking about that the other day. We were talking about first round draft picks. He's like, this year, man, like I think I'm gonna go quarterback. I literally pulled out Brock Bowers. I was like, I'm getting the fucking 22 points per game tight end, dude. Fuck you.
Oh, 100%.
Fuck you. If I'm like number 8, if I'm like 8, 9, or 10, and all the really like Jamar's off the board, Justin Jefferson's off the board. Let's just.
And there's really like no good true number one, like a Jameer Gibbs or Bijan or Saquon, and you're just like, all right.
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna go Brock Bowers.
I'm calling it now. Saquon. Saquon's gonna go super early. Even if I have overall 1, I'm not taking Saquon. I really want, and I'll just say it out loud, I really want to get Justin Jefferson. I have yet to ever have him on a fantasy.
With a rookie quarterback, was essentially a rookie quarterback.
I'm
with you.
Unless the Vikings sneaky get Aaron last second.
Dude, I would love to try to get Justin Jefferson. If I can't, I'm going the Bengal again.
Dude, you gotta go Jamar this year.
I mean, it's not a bad pick though.
Like, holy shit, Jamar last year's numbers.
But
you gotta go Jamar.
My luck, I'm gonna be like 8, 7, 8 in the pick. So, yeah.
That's why Brock Bowers, bitch.
Hey, you know me.
Honestly,
I like my late picks. Give me 7, 8, 9, 10.
I wouldn't be mad going with George Kittle. Big George Kittle fan.
Definitely not in the first round, though. Definitely not in the first round.
No.
Yeah, you crazy.
I'm just saying it's tight end in general. Like,
I'll be honest with you guys. You're gonna laugh at me. I'm actually kind of high on McCaffrey again this year because of the year of rest.
Ha ha.
Yeah, I'm back on him.
This guy went to Germany for a leg specialist, dude. Like, imagine that when half of the greatest specialists in the world are in freaking America.
Yeah. I'm not going first. If somebody gets in first round, you're fucking crazy. But
he's definitely a second round talent.
He's second, third round available when I'm picking. That's a draft pick. That's a fucking draft pick.
That's fair.
Shit. I know it'll be there too. God damn it.
Especially with the type of league that it's been hinted about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's going to be a spicy league. That being said, anybody that wants to do a stream league with us for big money, it would be us 3 in the league. It would have been Jeff. But
I would love to put together a community.
Big money leagues. You got to get in early because we got.
Yeah. I would love to have a community league as well, even if it's not one of the 2 big leagues.
Nope. Community Big Money League. This is a podcast that likes to have fun.
Yeah.
$100 buy-in.
Yeah, we're going big.
Winner gets a prize pool, but every week highest scoring points gets money back. So it's great thing we do here. If anybody's interested, let us know. We'll get a community thing going. But that said, you have to pay before the draft. No cheap shit.
Yeah.
Don't be a scumbag.
Yeah. No, next year we're definitely doing. So I'll send the specifics. Me and Brennan are getting them together for next year. But the plan right now, as of now, we got $200 leagues. If we can get a third one, then. But yeah, I mean, you should get your money back. We're between right now $25 per high points or $50 per high points. The thing with that is, if we do $50 per high points, then obviously whoever gets first place at the end of the year is going to be a less of a prize pool. So we're going to have to kind of agree on that as we go. But we'll put it in the group chats and we'll make sure we kind of let people know what they want to agree on, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. But we like to have fun around here on this podcast. So anybody that wants to have fun with us, let us fucking know, because we are down.
And also be okay with shit talk, because we're definitely talking shit.
Yeah, don't be a softy that gets your feelings hurt with like the easiest of shit talk. Like shit could get egregious, but it's all in good love and fun. At the end of the day, we'll say GGs and move on to next week.
Move on. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna.
Ha ha ha! Does his name rhyme with 8?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right, cool.
We're done. Don't get me going. God damn! If I have to get one more text from him this year.
Guys won the league, by the way, and he's still complaining. Still complaining.
That's egregious.
We got to end the podcast.
Hey, good use of the word, Hollywood. Good use of the word.
Boy. Yeah, it is.
We like that out of that guy right there.
That's going. I'd literally just send Brennan screenshots, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna lose my shit. And Brennan's like, yeah, this is why I'm not commissioner, and I'm like, yeah, this is why I'm not gonna be.
I say this is why I'm like the VP. I make semi-important decisions, but I usually like Jordan to make all the good ones.
Yeah. I come to you all the time, and I'm like, dude, I'm not listening to people talk about shit. Like, what do you want to do? Like, I'm not doing this with people because they're gonna argue with me the whole time. Me and you, we'll get in an argument, but it's a constructive argument.
It's exactly like great word. Constructive argument is perfect for this.
We'll have actually a decent conversation without me getting cussed out, getting called a phony ass shit. Like what? All right, sorry, we're done. All right.
Sorry, we're done. I'm right about fantasy football.
So yeah, I feel like it's going 11:30. It's a great way to call it there.
We introduced a new segment, Under Center with Jordan. Just talked about introducing 2 more segments that we just figured out. Had a good
dude, I got questions already.
Had a good podcast, but don't forget
next Thursday.
Spectacular podcast. Not really spectacular. It's just a draft watch party. We're going to be talking. We're going to be judging. We're going to be shooting the shit. We're going to be having fun. It's going to be a great time. We will be here from 7:30 from probably 1:30 in the morning.
When the calls are made, we will be watching the players walk.
Yes. So don't you worry. We'll be here live to talk about it with everyone. Shoot the shit. Judge everyone's picks.
Yeah, sports is there. So. I'm not saying we're getting shit early, but
hey, just know some shit. We're not gonna sit here and toot our own horn, but like some shit.
The phones will be ready.
I would say we do have some shit working here. So little stream, big goals though. So
tell your friends it's 100% free to watch.
Let them know. Come hang out. But that said, boys, can't wait for next week. Honestly, see you boys then.
Definitely gonna have
a great night
for that.
Yeah, definitely have some snacks ready for that show. Might
have a couple Coors Lattes while we're at it.
Oh, dude, I'm taking off work on Saturday.
Let's see. That makes me want to get drunk and shit.
You guys take care.
Everyone take care.
We'll see you next
guys next week for the fun.